Janet Santana, and you are watching the DL Show on Dave's Guitar Channel.
All righty, welcome. Was that? I thought you were saying something. Welcome. Krell Barr in the chat, you wrote, hello, folks. Reminds me of that Stern. Hello, folks. It's Tuesday on Tradio.
Cheers. Told you I'd make a martini.
There you go. J-Bone, welcome. Hannah Baum. Welcome. It is Sunday night. Joe is not here. No, man.
You got stuck.
Joe. I got the stuff. Joe had some things going on with Mikey. Could not make it. He'll be back next week. We are back. We are here. Andrew Collins, what's happening? Let's see. I want to thank everybody for watching and all the super chats on Friday and Saturday. Thank you so much. I had 2 gigs with Emily this weekend. One was Friday, one was Saturday. Tomorrow is her birthday. And so there was that. Which I don't know. Oh, it was on the Saturday show where we were saying happy birthday. Anyways, Friday, Krell Barr was at the show with Krell Bro.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike Flanagan came out, which was nice to see Mike and have Mike come up. Howard Brown, good evening. And it was a fun time. You can watch it. If you haven't seen it, it's on the channel. It's Dave and Emily at the White Ash is Friday night. Dave and Emily at Martini's was Saturday night show. And then the camera was really showing good. Oh, cool. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, it's just luck of the draw where we can put it. When I play with Jim, it's hard to put it in that good spot that I had it at Martini's because Jim's keyboard is in the way. Today, Krell Barr and I had lunch with Joe D'Angelo. I would say Joe is a member of Team DL. He's been watching the channel for some years now. And it was great hanging with Joe.
Yep, nice guy.
Super nice guy. Lives in the Vermont area via San Diego. And it was cool. Very cool. Some laughs, and we had some good food today. We broke some bread. We had a Pizookie at the glorious BJ's of Attleboro. We haven't gone in a while, but I agree with you. I think that pizza's done. There's not enough. It's like eating bread. It's too dry.
Yeah. If they slopped a lot of sauce on it and put more toppings on it, they were skimpy on the toppings. They were uneven.
Yeah.
If they made it like they did the first couple times we went there, I'm fine with it. But inconsistent. You tell them put extra sauce on, it's like they put less sauce on.
Yeah. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. But yeah. So that was weird. And then we went and we had a smoke over at the White Ash today, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
A good time had it by all. It was warm today, so a lot of the snow is going away, which is nice to see. Johnny Kramer, welcome.
Deli Force.
And and just in general, not a bad day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was a fast day.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes by quick. When I think about it, it's like Sunday goes by, and then I'm like, oh, and tomorrow I got lessons. I have the gym to do. It's right back to the grind. To the grind. Although I finish early tomorrow, which is good, but still. I was telling Barr at the smoke shop today. Or was it at the restaurant? No, I think it was at the restaurant. I said the other day I was at the gym and I'm listening to Van Halen Eruption go into You Really Got Me. And when it goes into You Really Got Me, it's like the first line is like, girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what. And it sounds like Burgess Meredith as the penguin. People always sit there and say, oh, man, you ever hear Van Halen do the elephant noise? Did you guys ever hear him do Burgess Meredith? Fucking spot. It's spot on.
Too bad Eddie's dead. No one asked him what the inspiration for that lick was.
It's the penguin. He does it 2 in a row, actually.
Yeah.
It's the same, almost the same back. And then it's like, it's like, it's fucking Burgess Meredith. You got all these guys on YouTube showing, let me show you how Eddie does the elephant sound. Okay. Why don't you show everybody how he does Burgess Meredith? You really want to impress people.
J-Bone like
that's that. Yeah, as you should. Thank you, J-Bone.
Jeez. Jay, are you a porn star? That's a great name. J-Bone.
What is people reacting to a Facebook? Oh, I gotta mute my phone because like anything that happens on Facebook just notifies my phone. It's like I don't care.
Hey, Dwight. Dwight Chapin, not the other Dwight.
Busy time for you this weekend, Dave. Oh, hey, thanks, Dwight. I don't know that it's it's funny. Hey now, Jan's in the house.
Hey, Jan, how's it going?
And Jan, we don't have Joe on the show, so tonight, if you wanted to pop in, let me know, Jan. Cheech, I was born in 1968. Cheech, you ask me a lot of personal questions, and I know you have my email. You could always ask me via email anything you want to ask me, but you always ask me a lot of personal questions. I'm not really sure what's up with that.
I know, email, you get more personal.
Well, he has my email, and his email is never anything personal. It's when he waits till we're in the chat, and then he's like, I know, I'm going to ask Dave his deepest, darkest. Yeah, don't. Dwight Chapin, it's always a busy weekend. I just don't film it a lot. And lately I've been like, you know what? People have been kind of saying, you should film them. And I guess I don't realize that a lot of people just don't go out or do anything. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I will start filming it more. Is Tommy Lee T-Bone or is that George Costanza?
Yeah. Look at T-Bone.
What was the name they gave him? He wanted to be T-Bone.
Coco. Look
Coco.
at Coco.
That's it.
To T-Bone. Great episode.
Speaking of the Penguin, the new Batman was good. Yeah, I mean, how many times can they regurgitate Batman? I'm done with Batman. I mean, honestly,
Christopher Nolan trilogy. I'm done. I'm all set with that.
Oh, thanks, Fez. Yeah, Fez, you were quick on one of the. What was the song you picked up on, Fez, that I was playing? Yeah, the thing with Batman, it's like you had the Michael Keaton one, then you had the
Val Kilmer,
George Clooney. Oh, it's like enough. Coco's getting angry. Oh, it's great.
Look at Coco giving it to T-Bone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's excellent. Anyways, yeah. Keanu Reeves. Enough with I can't do any more Batman. I got to tell you. So
that'll be your first gay Batman.
When I'm on the treadmill, I always watch this show called Supernatural. It's on TBS, and it's the two brothers where they're like fighting demons and ghosts, and occasionally TBS in the middle of the day, usually on Mondays, if it's a holiday Monday, will throw movies on. So, like last week, I came in the middle of, I think the movie was Han Solo. I could just tell they were calling him Hans. Chewbacca was with him, but I didn't recognize anybody, and I never seen the side movie Han Solo. So what's it called? Solo. So I had no idea what the fuck it was. I'm assuming that's what it was because I have a brain and can figure out this Chewbacca. This is and somebody else was playing Lando Calrissian. And I was like, okay. And then the next day they had on this movie, it had Wonder Woman, Superman. They were bringing, Wonder Woman, Batman, and they were bringing Superman back to life.
Justice League, maybe?
If that's what it's called, I would. And I'm trying to think who played Batman. Ben Affleck played Batman.
Ben Affleck, yeah. I believe that's Justice League.
Yeah, and at that point, I'm like, is anyone here besides me sick of fucking Batman? And now I just found out literally 5 minutes before the show tonight, somebody said, oh, the new Batman's great. The new Batman's great. How many times are we regurgitating the same story?
It's like, what?
Oh, yes, Fez, that's right. What's that?
They're going to do Spider-Man again. They're on their third incarnation right now.
At least Spider-Man. Well, hey, Pam, at least Spider-Man. Well, at least I always thought that he could at least shoot the webs out of his wrists. I found out that I was wrong about that. So I'm not even
in the
sure
comics, he developed the cartridges and stuff. And in the movies, he used cartridges.
Just doesn't seem like that to me. That's not a superhero. You're developing cartridges to spin webs. You're not a superhero. You're
Iron Man developed the whole body armor.
I don't think Iron Man's a superhero. Iron Man's fucking dressed up in a Subaru. You know what I mean? He's just wearing an automobile around him. Every day I'm Iron Man when I drive my car. But Batman's not a superhero. Wonder Woman can fight.
Yeah, Wonder Woman, as it's presented now, she's a goddess, and she's on equivalent.
That's a superhero. That's a superhero. And they got Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is a guy who's like, he's like the guy like, you're a superhero. I'll buy my way into the Super Friends.
Yeah, he's Tony Stark with less money or less technology.
Yeah, you don't have to wait, Fez. There's a thing called Tubi, and you can watch all the old Columbos. And you can live off that for a while. I've watched the same episode maybe 10 times this week. I'm really enjoying the Ricardo Montalban episode. I think it's called The Matter of Honor.
Columbo.
Yeah, she's an Amazon goddess. And then they got Bruce Wayne. And Bruce Wayne, he builds toys. And Superman. Hey, thanks, Barry Bowman. Yeah, exactly. What was that, 900 Batmans ago when that line came out?
Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
Superman's a superhero.
Yeah.
Right? But what do you think the odds are that they figured out, it's kryptonite. This planet that blew up 100 million light years away, that's the planet he's from. And we just happen to have a few of the rocks from that planet.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
Yeah, it's only a 1 in a trillion chance that he would land on Earth, but the fact that you would find 2 stones from his fucking planet that will render him weak. Let me tell you, to me, there was only one Batman. His name is Adam West. He wears tights. He's narrated by William Dozier.
Does the Batusi.
Oh, the Batus. Come on, folks. Unless you have Julie Newmar as Catwoman, you don't have Batman.
Yeah. Well, Eartha Kitt was good. Lee Merriweather was.
Well, Julie Newmar was. Eartha Kitt played her twice.
Yeah.
Lee Merriweather played her once in the movie. Mm-hmm. And then Julie Newmar played her 7 times. So really, it's Julie Newmar's character. Yeah. And Julie Newmar was the most beautiful of the 3.
Yeah.
Or sexy of the 3,
without question.
Well, J-Bone, why would he be an idiot? Must suspend disbelief. Oh, that's funny.
Well, what Jay's saying is that apparently people know kryptonite's his weakness because he said kryptonite's my weakness.
Right, but
That's
the
what he's
point
saying.
is, you know what my weakness is? It's kryptonite. It's the remnants of a planet 100 million light years away. You'll never find it. Oh, you have several stones. You've identified these pieces of rock as kryptonite.
Now, why would shards of his planet be poisonous to him?
Yeah,
He lived on Krypton.
I don't know.
Unless it's a specific part of that planet, like arsenic or something like that.
Hanoi bomb, I got to tell you, I never thought anything of Julie Newmar until I saw her recently. It might have been on an episode of Columbo. It was definitely on an old show. And I was like,
everything goes back to Columbo.
It was either Columbo or another show from the 70s. And I was like, who is that woman? She looks so familiar. And it was Julie Newmar. And it was, hey, John, what's going on? Grellbros here.
Yeah, how's it going, John?
Went to see McGuffey Lane last night. Old time local Seabus band. They called John David Callie up to play steel guitar and Amy. Oh, very cool. I don't know who John David Callie is, but that's excellent. Yeah. It was Columbo. Thank you, Shane. Yeah, tell me the episode. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me see if I can channel the episode. Don't tell me which one it was. It's going to take me a while. In fact, it might be the second episode, the actual pilot to the series. I think it's called Prescription for... No, Prescription for Murder. What's the second one
Death Lends
called?
a Hand, I think it was.
No, Death Lends a Hand.
No, that was Lee Grant.
Yeah.
No,
that's it. Death Lends a Hand.
No. She was in Double Shock. That's the one she was in.
Double Shock.
Lisa Chambers. Lee Grant was the.
What's Double Shock?
Okay, let's look at the synopsis.
Double Exposure?
No, Double Shock. Martin Landau's in that too.
Oh, I know. Oh, exactly. Yes. Landau tries to bribe her the money. Thank you very much. It's the one where Landau plays identical twins.
Yep.
And they kill the uncle in the bathtub and they make it look like he died on the treadmill. I mean, on the exercise bike. Yeah, Shane, that's it. Oh, yeah, great one. You're right. And they try to, they kill her. They throw her off the balcony. And then they kill the lawyer. Oh, okay, Barry. Oh, okay, excellent. I didn't know there was pedal steel on that song. I just know I know the song. Well, I play it with Jim. Somebody asked me to play it on Friday night. And it's to me, it's one of those songs Jim likes playing. I do not. Now, I've seen the Prairie League, but I've never seen the 100% pure Prairie League, Street League.
How about, no, I've seen 99 and 44 100% pure.
Right.
League. The hit song.
Unbelievable. Yeah. You know what? Double Shock is an episode I don't watch that often. There's a couple of episodes, and it's Double Shock and the one before Double Shock. And I think the one before Double Shock is like.
Is that on my end? The most like a peel out?
Yeah.
Did everyone hear that? Yeah.
That was on yours. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, probably was.
Is the episode where the chess match, and I think it's called The Most Dangerous Match.
I think it is. It's a play on Most Dangerous Game.
Well, then there's The Most Crucial Game and The Most Dangerous Match. The Most Dangerous Match is the chess one, and it's not that happening. James Dickinson, welcome. When he's like, show me some proof, Columbo. I mean, he's just yelling at Columbo. And it's just unnecessary to yell at Columbo. I think it was a werewolf. I don't know what that's in relation to. But yeah. Actually, Shane, Jack Cassidy's in 3 episodes. He's in Death Lends a Hand? What's the one with Death by the Book? Murder by the Book.
Murder by the Book, yeah.
Publish or Perish, and Now You See Him. He's in those 3. Technically, he's in season 1, episode 1, if that's called Murder by the Book.
Yes.
I think it is. And then
Directed
he's in season 2. Season 2, he's in, or season 3, Publish or Perish, which is an absurd episode with the guy making the book about bombs. Oh, it's going to be great. It's so stupid. And which is a great episode.
I still haven't gotten that far. I'm only those 3 episodes in. I've only got past the 2 pilots in the first episode.
Oh yeah, great episode. And then Now You See Him is the best of the Jack Cassidy ones, where he's the great Santini, or as we say, he's the Nazi Stefan Mueller. Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
great
every time you say that, I just think of the Robert Duvall movie.
The Great Santini.
Great movie, though. I like it.
Pam was asking, what's your beverage?
Made myself a martini. Extra dirty.
All right, there you go, with some olive juice.
Yep. And at least 8 olives. People put 3 olives in. I put 8 in.
Nice. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to think who was in the most. Cassidy's in 3 of them.
Peter Falk was in the most.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and his wife.
Yeah.
Shara Denise is like in 6. Oh, you know who's in a lot of it? The actor's name is Fred Draper, might be in the most. I think he's in 6. He's only the murderer in 1.
Who's Fred Draper?
He plays Swanee in the Salute to the Commandant episode.
Swanee.
And call it a man care. Let me know when it's over. I'll be one of those Japanese fighter that doesn't realize the war is over. Extra olive. All righty. Yeah, well, COVID's over. There's nothing to worry about with COVID. In fact, there was a guy in the cigar shop today. He comes in, he's wearing a mask, sitting at the bar. Then he's by himself at the bar, sitting there. Did he even smoke a cigar? And what the hell he was doing?
I don't know if he smoked, but as soon as he sat down, he has the mask off and it's hanging on his ear. So it's like, well, what was the purpose of wearing the mask?
As soon as he sat down with people, he took the mask off. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I only wear the mask when I'm
if you're gonna wear a mask, that's one thing. But if
I don't want to give COVID to myself. I don't know who Anthony Cumia is. I've never heard of him. Talks about Columbo a lot. That's cool. No, I live in my own little bubble of watching Columbo. I really don't. That's how I caught large. Well, that's great, Fez. I'm glad that I'm there to accommodate. Robert Conrad has Beth from Rock. Oh, yes, he does. And that one is An Exercise in Futility. Episode 1, season 3 or 4. I think it might be season 3. Because episode 1, season 2 is the one where Ray Milland kills his nephew.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. Oh, opening Anthony.
How many is Ray Milland in?
Ray Milland's in 2. He's in 2. He's in the one where he hires Robert Culp, who's in 4.
Yep. Oh, I did see that one too.
That's called Death Lends a Hand.
Mm.
No, that's called. Yeah, isn't that Death Lends a Hand? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it is.
What's the second episode called with Lee Grant then?
That's called oh God. Christ. Columbo.
Oh, John Taylor, yeah. One time, what's his name? Rosie Greer came into West LA Music and he asked me if I would change his strings on his Taylor guitar for him. He was older at this time. It was like 2008. And I said, Rosie, I saw you last night. Ray Milland's head was sewn onto your neck. He started laughing.
Oh, Ransom for a Dead Man was
yeah, Hannah Bomb. It has so much on Tubi. Culp was on The Greatest American Hero. Yeah. He's in 4 episodes, but look up the guy. Look up Krell. Look up Fred Grady. Oh, I love Mannix.
Oh, okay.
I like season 1 of Mannix. Season 1 of Mannix is a 10. Seasons 2 through the end of the Mannix career is a 7. But season 1's a 10.
Oh,
with the
are you
Joe
talking about Fred
Campanella.
Grandy? You're talking about Gopher?
No, Gopher. No.
I can't find a Grady on here.
Not Fred Grady.
Frederick?
What the hell's his name? Look up this. Type this. Swanee on Columbo.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'm getting his name wrong. Granby? Gambry?
Gonna find out soon. It is who played.
Oh, you just have to type it in Swanee.
Fred Draper.
Fred Draper. I'm sorry. Fred Draper. Yes. How many episodes was he on? I think he's in 6.
I'm looking at his thing right now.
I know he's in the episode when the first
Christ.
Shat is the killer and fade into murder.
Yeah.
He's in that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, he's in 6. I think he's in the most. There's another guy too, and I don't know his name, but look this up.
Mm-hmm.
A port in any storm Columbo episode.
2020. No, not 2020.
It's the Donald Pleasance one.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on.
I think it's called a port in any storm or a port in.
Any old port in a storm.
Any old port in a storm. Who's the maitre d'?
Okay, let's go down.
No, Joe. Joe has Mikey issues tonight. It's not coming on tonight. Mikey, I believe, is in the hospital, or he was in the hospital. But
Vito Scotti.
How many episodes was Vito Scotti? And I've seen him in a bunch. They sneak these people in, and I'm like, I saw him the other day on that episode, and I'm like, this guy's in a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Electros. Oh, I thought I had Thunderberg. I thought I had one behind me. I keep one in my room in Open G. I love the 50. I mean, for cheap guitars, they're fun to play. I got no problem with them. I always enjoy them. Any guitar, if you like the way it plays and feels. I mean,
exactly.
Even if it's made out of crappy material.
He was in 6.
Hey, now,
he was in Murder,
Charlie S.
Murder, a self-portrait, Identity Crisis.
Okay, hold on. No, one at a time. Murder, a self-portrait he's in?
Yep.
That is the episode where the killer is, what the hell? Don't tell me his name. It's going to bother me. He was, he's Artemis. What the hell's Artemis's? Best and the best of the West. What the hell was Artemis?
Yeah.
Ross Martin. Okay, go on.
Martin.
What's the next one?
Okay. Yeah, I was going to look that up, but he was also the alien with the third eye in Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Identity Crisis.
Identity Crisis. The killer is that's McGowan. It's the CIA one.
Yep. Nelson Brenner. Yep, Leslie Nielsen.
Go ahead. Yeah,
I've seen that one. Yeah, that's right. I did watch that one too. Because
what else is he in?
Negative Reaction.
Negative Reaction is Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah. Okay, Swan Song.
Swan Song is Johnny Cash.
Yep, that's right. I remember you saying that. Candidate for Crime.
Candidate for Crime is Jackie Cooper.
Okay. And Any Old Port in the Storm we already talked about.
Donald Pleasance. Yeah. Yeah, I have a Dan Electro 59. Excellent guitars. I think the XT, is that the one with the modern tailpiece, Thunderberg? The modern tailpiece one they did as a limited time. Hey, Sandman. It was basically the bridge like Jimmy Page put on his in the 80s. I bought the original 59 reissue just because that's what Page played in the 70s, and I just wanted to have it for more nostalgic and try to play it. Elroy, what's happening? Hugh Caldwell, welcome. And Hugh, if you want to come on, I sent you an email. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah. As far as the baritones, I have a bass 6, and I love my Fender bass 6. Exactly. I love I always dig baritone guitars. Although I don't really think of bass 6 as a baritone because it's an octave. It's really why they call it a bass 6 as opposed to like a baritone that's either a fifth down or Richard Deacon was great headstock. He was also in a couple of Twilight Zones where, and he's also a excellent with his huge glasses on Match Game. Thunderbird. It's a great guitar. Like, don't let people listen. Anyone that you can. There are some great guitars out there. In fact, I just saw on Facebook Marketplace somebody was selling a 51 Squire for $300. You go take that neck off and go put a Warmouth neck, whatever how you want it to feel. And that guitar is a friggin' great guitar for the money. You don't need to spend a lot of money on a guitar. Yeah, Dan Surdutz, you're right. He played Fred Rutherford. Yeah, Shane, I have that one. Yeah. I have that one too. Great. So yeah. You don't need to spend a lot of money on a guitar. A guitar's worth has nothing to do with what it costs. You have people that are out there buying crazy money on Paul Reed Smith guitars. Paul Reed Smith guitars don't do anything for me. Are they the best fit and finish in the business? Yeah. That and $2 will get you a cup of coffee. Who cares? It doesn't do anything for me. I've actually moved this guitar in here. This is a Mexican Strat. Mexican Strat. Changed out all the electronics. Warmouth neck, V-neck. Put a new logo on it. Scallop the top frets. You can kind of see where I scallop it. Hold on, let me see. There you go. You can see the scalloping. This guitar plays better than any Fender custom shop. Better than any custom shop, and it's around $1,000 when it comes down to it. I think it was $1,200 or something like that.
Yeah, Johnny, actually, that guitar is my Kiesel. I got that in 2017. That's the CT6. I'll probably bring it up later. Bring it up to camera.
Sandman, it could be $400 if you get all kinds of stuff done to it. You can get just a maple neck for like $219 or something like that. Hey, Mud Toy, welcome. Thanks so much for the tips this weekend. That was really nice of you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't really care for PRS. They don't do anything for me, but it's really whatever you like to play. So I bought one of those. Listen, Cashmere's recorded on a real Dan Electro. Those things, people will tell you right away, are pieces of shit.
Junk.
But they sound great. Everything sounds great. Why? Because it's strings and a pickup. Right? If anyone's going to sit there and tell you, oh, no, Jimmy Page needed that maple cap on that Les Paul. It really gave it tone. Oh, really? You know he's playing a fucking piece of Formica on Cashmere? He's playing your kitchen countertop with pickups on fucking Cashmere. How good is that? How good is that maple cap that is on that Les Paul? It doesn't make a fucking difference. That maple cap is there for one reason. So you can have that see-through finish, and look how beautiful it is. And it was cheaper than mahogany, so you don't have to. You could put maple on instead of carving the mahogany that thick. You can get a thinner piece, a thinner board piece, put a cap on top, and paint it solid if you wanted to. But it was cheaper. Awesome, Elroy. Exactly. Elroy, you should come on and show the guitar sometime. That's the kind of shit I like to see. You got a guitar, you put some money into it, you make it play the way you want to. And that's it. And then you have at it.
Yeah, I have one that's a Squire body. That's all alder. It's actually a heavy piece of friggin' wood for some reason. Pretty too heavy. And I got
I'll tell you, they took it from a petrified piece of tree.
Yeah. Yeah, and the CTS neck, which is basically a Mighty Mite that's been dressed and, polished and everything like that. So we're looking at like it was $105 for the neck, $40 for the guitar with the neck that was twisted. So I took the twisted neck off, put that on. The neck from CTG or whatever it was had Schaller locking tuners on her already. That's it.
Hey, Mr.
It's
Iron
like
Bodybuilding.
the
I have a
pickup.
buddy of mine, and he always says playing acoustic guitars is like playing a fucking dolphin with strings. He hates having his go his arms around. But listen, whatever's going to make you happy and play, that's all you need. If you want to, exactly, headstock Todd, if you want to sit there and put string up a mattress, go have at it. It does not, none of that shit matters. I like when people are like, oh, this one has an F hole, it really gives you that acoustic sound. Yeah, when you're playing it acoustically, the second you're fucking plugged in, I'm not hearing that F hole. And if that's the case where you're going to tell me it is, I'm going to play you 3 songs from Ted Nugent. You're going to tell me which one's the hollow body and which one's his Les Paul. And I got money, dollars to donuts saying you aren't going to be able to tell. You can't.
I just figured that guitar I was describing cost $180 that I put together.
Yeah.
You've seen it before.
Yeah. I bought an 80s PV Predator, $140, neck adjustment, hard shell case, some strings. Yeah, John Taylor, right. And if you wanted to switch something on it or do something to it, this video dispels Tonewood nonsense. All right, I'll check that out. You like the new Gibson SG guitars? I don't know if you can dispel it, Hugh, because people are going to argue. To me, I don't even need a video. I know the physics of how a vibrating string works and how a pickup works. It's just when you sit there and try to explain it to somebody, they're like, well, I heard the difference. Yeah, and I hear the difference too. If I play a Strat with a maple neck or a rosewood neck and I'm sitting here, they're not going to sound the same. I'll give you that. But the second I go plug it in, whatever's coming out of that amp, on both guitars, if they're the same pickups, are going to be the same.
For all intents and purposes, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there could be negligible differences that the human ear can't hear, but it's so minute.
No, it can't be.
Yeah, there always is. Science is never 100% exact. I'm getting down to nuts and bolts.
What do you mean about what's going to be different? Because the science there is a fact to the science that whatever the pickups can't be identical. That we can say yes, 100%. Yeah. Impossible to make them. So in a hypothetical scientific thought, if you say they're both identical, then the sound and the strings are identical, because that's impossible to make identical too. I know what you're saying is within a negligible, but the problem with the neg is not in the wood. It's in the components that matter. The wood still has the only thing it can do is sustain. And in that point, the sustain is, it's an absolute. Yeah, that's an absolutely moot point, because we don't play a note and go, bow. Hold on. We got to wait 20 more seconds till the last note sustains. No, we don't play like that, so it doesn't matter. Tony Brzezinski, Jim Lill, the guy who made the video, he has. Oh, excellent. Oh yeah, Tony, that's cool. You know who? It's really what Tony is saying is how Leo Fender put the pickups in Strats and Tellys. He had the neck, the headstock, and the body of like a fake body where the pickup went, and everything else was nothing. And then he would put the pickup where he thought, and that's where they marked it, and then put it on the drafting table. And that's exactly right, Tony.
Yeah, well, Besler, I think Dr. Fauci, he would say that maple over mahogany sounds like you put a mask on the sound.
Right. Nice. Bridge, strings. Bridge doesn't matter. Strings matter. Headstock only. Doesn't matter. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Bridge and springs only. Yeah. But none of those things even matter anyways. I bought a Tagma Stella DW. I don't like the fretboard, so I contacted and asked if they had a replacement neck, and they don't. What is Tag? I thought, is Tagama, isn't that heartburn medicine?
Tagamet.
Oh, that's Tagama. I know what it is.
Yeah.
What the hell's Tagama? I don't even know what it is.
Tagama.
Can we look that up? What's the Tagama Stella?
Stella DW.
A Tagama.
Oh, wow. Oh, are those the ones they make in South America?
Pickup height and position. Agreed. The pickup height is everything. And where it is in relation in the scale length is everything. That's absolutely right, Tony. Did you guys happen to catch Rick Beato's breakdown and Christopher Cross solo on Ride Like the Wind? Most people miss it because that was recorded. Oh, he was awesome. Are you kidding me? Thunderbird, when I first heard that solo, me and a buddy of mine, we were like, oh, that's got to be Steve Lukather. It's a great solo. He was a great player. Christopher Cross was a guy that was on the Austin scene. That's how he was friendly with Eric Johnson back then. My punker coworker was trying to argue with me about sustain. When do you need sustain to play punk, right? Oh, that's awesome, David Lincoln. Thank you so much. Guitar brand from South America. Okay, where is Rantadine?
That's Zantac. That's actually
but it's gone though. Rantadine, they changed the Zantac formula because Rantadine they say was causing cancer.
Yeah, they changed it to the same formula as friggin' Pepsid.
Okay, so Tagama. So is Tagama? What are they using for? My recommendation about that is who asked about the Tagama? Was that? Let me look. Is that Mr. Iron Bodybuilding? So is it a Strat style guitar?
It's a super Strat style, body material, African mahogany, neck material, roasted maple, fingerboard, Bolivia with 22 frets, quilted maple top.
Okay, Mr. Iron Bodybuilding. My recommendation is find out what the neck pocket. If you can call them, if you contact them and say, "Hey, listen, you guys won't give me a neck. Can you tell me the specs of your butt and neck pocket?" If it is the same as Fender, which most of them do, you might be able to just buy a Warmoth neck. Otherwise, you'll have to go to a more boutique guy. But once they give you the spec of the nut width, the spec of the butt width, then you should be able to pretty much figure it out. If it's a super Strat, they all use the standard for Fender. The only thing I have to say is, are you looking at the guitars?
I'm actually looking up in a chat about swapping out the neck and looking for the neck pocket.
Oh, because the other question I would have is also you want to find out, because if whatever the neck pocket is, that's not the end issue. The other issue you're going to have is what?
Pocket height.
No, that's still neck pocket. I'm saying once you figure out what the neck pocket is and work around the neck pocket, you still have one more issue. The issue is, what is the relationship to the bridge to the neck pocket? Do they use a 21 fret marker and use overhang like Fender, or are they putting in a full 22? If they're putting in a full 22, then you'd be looking more towards like a G&L neck. Not that G&L will make you one, but somebody else will, knowing that it's a full butt to 22, not a 21 butt. If that makes sense to anybody. A Fender will always have the butt go up to the 21st fret, and then the rest of the neck is overhang. You can see that overhang? Mm-hmm. So that's from here, just in the right in the middle of the 21st to 22nd fret is where the neck ends. So I couldn't put a G&L neck into one. Oh, there you go. Elroy will put you in touch with a guy. And then you can get whatever wood you want to. Yeah, exactly. Because you need to know if it's got the overhang or if it's full. That's not true, Tony. 22 fret Fender neck will not fit into the neck pocket of a 22 fret G&L neck, because the G&L, the butt goes all the way out to the end of the fingerboard, and on a Fender they use the 21 fret with the 22 fret overhang. I don't know. So if that makes sense to you, let me know if you know what I mean, Tony. All Fenders are designed, well, not all. They did. I think the heavy metal Strat may have been like the way they do G&L, but Strats are 21 frets design, no matter what. If you have a 22 fret Strat, if you took that neck off, you could put a 21 fret in there because the 22nd fret is part of the overhang. It doesn't have anything to do with the body, with the butt of the neck. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know because the G&L goes 22 frets all the way out. I don't know what Jackson does. I think Kramer's back in the day used to go overhang too, but those a lot of those necks were made by ESP and the other ones were made by what's the name of that other company that used Sport and Lacido. And Lacido is now called what's that French company up in Canada? Godin.
Godin.
Yeah. That
Godzilla versus Godin.
Yeah, we were just Thunderbird. It's so funny. We just talked about that today.
Yeah, he was paralyzed and I think he recovered.
Let me tell you, as great as the solo is on Ride Like the Wind, the best solo on that Christopher Cross album is Larry Carlton's solo on I Really Don't Know Anymore. It is so great. Such an excellent solo. And to hear Michael McDonald, I really don't know anymore. I really can't say. Charvel has the overhang. Okay, yeah, because they were all Fender replacement stuff, so that makes sense that Charvel would. That's why I thought Jackson's would have the overhang, because all that stuff was based on the original Fenders as, modding Fender stuff.
I just looked something up on Christopher Cross. What he was diagnosed with was Gillian-Barr syndrome. So that can actually be triggered by any virus. So, I mean, COVID triggered that in him, but you can get that from the flu as well. So,
yeah, La Patrie is owned by Godin also.
He just happened to get it from COVID. I mean, people get that from friggin' flu. You can get it from a cold.
Yeah, Schecter has the overhang too. Yeah, because David Schecter back on their tellies, they were all. Schecter was, was he part of Boogie Bodies?
I don't know.
Somebody let me know. Was David Schecter part of Boogie Bodies? I know it was the guy up in Lynn Ellsworth. Why do I think that David Schecter had something to do with Boogie Bodies too?
Let's see. Yeah. Wayne Guitars started Boogie Body, and same time Perry teamed up with Dave Schecter.
Yeah.
Wayne Charvel has built guitar. Yeah, so it's Wayne Charvel and Dave Schecter.
What does it say about Wayne Charvel building guitars?
It says Wayne Charvel has been building guitars 54 years. He designed guitars for BC Rich, Gibson, worked for Fender guitars in the 70s. Started Charvel manufacturing in San Dimas, later hired Grover Jackson for administration. Eventually, Wayne sold Charvel to Grover Jackson. Since then, Wayne has continued to build high-end USA guitars. Let's see what
they were selling guitar parts before Grover got in.
Yeah,
they never made guitars.
It's in here somewhere.
Yeah, but they say he's a guitar maker. He was selling other people's parts. He was selling. I think they had they sold the necks. And I'm trying to think who made that. It might have been Tom Wormuth who made the necks for him. And Boogie Bodies made the bodies.
Here's what it said there. It said Eddie come by the shop and stuff. And then it says, in that same time period, I teamed up with Dave Schecter from Schecter Guitar Research. He also made bodies, necks, pickups, blah, blah, blah. One weekend, Dave and I made 100 bodies and finished and sanded them. It was in the mail order business, so it made sense I would sell Schecter bodies and necks. We also sold Boogie Bodies and necks. So, yep.
Okay. So it's saying Boogie Bodies and Schecter were separate. So Boogie Bodies, I believe, was Lynn Ellsworth.
Well, no, I mean, Dave Schecter, right? Dave and him made 100 bodies. And so they were talking about that previous one. But then as an aside, he says we also sold Boogie Bodies and Necks. So it was him and Dave Schechter.
Look up Lynn Ellsworth. I'm pretty sure he was Boogie Bodies.
I'm looking on the same page. Els.
ESPs are expensive. They come out of
that
Japan.
time. My best friend Lynn Ellsworth was interested in what I was doing. He was an excellent woodworker, but he never made any guitars. So I showed him how to make bodies and necks. He later started Boogie Body Guitars. Okay.
Yeah, see, Lynn Ellsworth was Boogie Bodies. Yeah. So okay, but they all came out of they came from Schechter though, right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Well, when you said he was selling David Schechter bodies and then Boogie Bodies, I was like, yeah, I think they are separate. I think it's Ellsworth was because the Strat they made for Pete Townsend was just from the parts they were already making for everybody else. They just put a guitar together. I don't even think they had a company then. It was just Schechter was the brand, but they didn't have they weren't selling massive guitars then, or even I don't even know if they were even in the market to selling them. He made them for Kramer to copy Kramer. He made them for Kramer to even copies of. I don't even know what Eddie's V back in the day. What is that about? Who's made? He made for Kramer. Who made what for Kramer?
Eddie. He made them for Kramer to even copies of Kramer's for Eddie V back in the day. What's up for Eddie Van Halen? He made that. Who's he? Lynn Ellsworth?
Lynn Ellsworth, the bodies that Eddie bought were Strat copy bodies. They bought them from Wayne Charvel. I've seen the receipts from them. They bought them in 72 or 73, something like that. And Kramer, when Kramer made the Eddie Van Halen guitar, they basically took a Pacer body and then put that when they called it the Beretta, it was like the Pacer shape with the Beretta thing, because the Beretta you bought was not the same shape that Eddie was holding in the magazines. Did Grover try to rip off Eddie's design? So the story that I got about that, Cheech, is that Grover was asked by Eddie if he could make a new guitar for him. And so he made the Bumblebee for Eddie. And the problem was that, he's a brand new guy who just was, put all his money into buying the company from Wayne Charvel. And I think he made another one to show at the NAMM show. And Eddie was like, "You can't show that guitar. That's my guitar that was made for me." So then they had, I think that's when they had a little bit of a problem, because Grover, wasn't getting paid really to make the guitar for him. So he was under the understanding that he could go make it for anybody. And they settled. I think it was an out of court thing. He made Eddie 3 of them or something like that. If the story goes something like that, 2 or 3 of them. And I know, Dimebag's buried with one of them.
Yep, he's buried with the one on Van Halen 2. Yep.
Yeah, that's the Bumblebee. Well, there's 3 of them. You don't know if it's the original.
Well, that's the pre-pro, isn't it? Pre-production.
There was no production of it.
Yeah, that's why they call it pre-pro.
Grover made him 3. I'm saying, How would you know which one was on the record?
Yeah, exactly. Well, not which one's on the record recorded, but the one on the album cover, Eddie has said that's the one that's buried with Dimebag.
Right. Yeah. The Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Did I already do my Eddie Van Halen Burgess Meredith bit? Just kidding. The
Batman,
Z-Tour.
you really got me.
I got to play with Mike Keneally once. It was interesting. Got my first Super Strat 85 Bird headstock Floyd. Oh, I love the Bird Beak headstock Elroy. Walnut body. When Eddie left Kramer, he went to guy from Schechter and the guy from LTD that made copies of a Kramer. I might be wrong, but I think he did. I don't think so. Eddie always just played. I mean, when Eddie left Kramer, what was that? 80.
Yeah. Oh God.
6? 87? Who was the first one? Did he go to Peavy?
Yeah,
No, he
Peavy,
went. Music
but
Man. Who was first? Music Man or Peavy? I think it was Music Man.
Music Man was first, the Axis.
Yeah.
So he went to that. Let's see. The album with OU812, I think, was the Axis.
87.
Yeah. 88, I believe, wasn't it?
Or 88. We went to BJ's Pizza Pam. No Sustainiac on the Sinister Gates. Oh. Still the body and the Floyd. What are the Fritz of the original neck? What are the Fritz?
Frets.
I don't he's talking to text. I get it now. We have no idea what that was, says Belroy. Yeah, but I'm sure there was a lot of people that were just giving shit to Eddie. I'm trying to think. I went to the guy from Schecter because there was no when Eddie left Kramer. Was Schecter already owned? Were they sold already to ESP? And not ESP, but the guy who owns ESP. I don't know when David Schecter sold the name or when they tried to pick up the new brand of the name. Oh, he was playing in 95? 95. Oh, Peavy. You think Peavy was first?
No. It was definitely Music Man. Definitely was.
Oh, you really got me, Batman. Wah, wah, wah. That's you. Oh, it did? Oh, thank you, Hugh. At first, there was issues with the sound, Hugh, because I was pushing my board too much because at the first place we played, the sound, like I went into their house PA and it was like really quiet. So I had to push it from the board. When I went to my own gig, the first song we played, I'm like, oh, we're distorting. This sucks. We're pushing everything too hard.
This is why I thought it wasn't that OU812. He was still doing Kramer's. It's like Music Man Axis was in 91. Then it ended in 95. And that's
all right, well, Kramer, I think, went under in 88.
Yeah.
It could have been a little longer.
But the thing is that Eddie still had the Kramers, whether they went under. So he had no endorsement.
They gave him like 50 of those guitars. I know he gave most of them away, but Kramer gave him they called them the 5150 guitars. They have the 5150.
Yep.
Very original idea Van Halen came up with, putting that number in the back, like Pete Townsend numbered his Les Pauls. I don't know if you caught the facetiousness of me saying how original it was after I said Pete Townsend's been doing it for 30 years. But yeah.
The Megazone is the ugliest.
I mean, what did Van Halen do? Did he go to like the Home Depot and he was like, let's see, I could use some bicycle reflectors here. I'll put this
I guess,
you want 5150 on your mailbox? No, I'll just put it on my guitar.
Oh, knowing Freddie was probably
Hey guys, well, Eddie was the guy who started all of us getting Warmoth and Paul Chandler necks and bodies, putting Floyd Rhodes to build custom strats of our own. Yeah, totally. He's definitely started a revolution. I mean, I was saying the other background noise. Yeah, Mud Toy, because the sound is really quieter there, and it's way more for talking, and it's even throughout the whole place. There's speakers so at the cigar place, the volume's not that loud, but at the other place, everything goes through my PA. So I set up the phone right in front of it so it would slam that phone so you could hear it good. Townsend hated Zeppelin. And listen, I have my issues with Townsend. I've said that many times. But yeah. Let me catch up to some of these questions because I saw 3 pickups, Sambora, Kramer. What was that called? The New Jersey Star?
Yeah,
I think it's called the Jersey Star or something.
We talked about this before. Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie definitely was the man. And I've said this in a conversation because people get mad when I talk about players, drummers, guitar players, no matter what. Everybody puts their favorite in the mix. And I was telling a kid the other day, I said, I think the best drummer of all time, in my opinion, is probably Vinnie Collier. Just based on everything. I said, but he's not my favorite drummer. Like Bonham and Jeff Porcaro, I absolutely love listening to them play. But, you know, Vinny, I think, is probably technically one of the best. Anyways, I try not, and I'm like, so don't get personal, like, because he was like, what about Vinny Appice? I'm like, Christ. I'm like, he's a good drummer, but, you know, he's not in the top echelon of guys. Anyway, so this guy was talking to me about Eric Clapton, and I said, he wouldn't be in my top 100 guitar players. That doesn't mean I don't like him. That just means I think as far as technical and all that other stuff. I said, Eddie Van Halen's my favorite guitar player. But I think if you said to me, can I name 20 guitar players that I think are better guitar players, I would say, yeah. Doesn't mean he's not my favorite. Eddie's my favorite. You know what I mean? So I try to say, so whatever Townsend has a problem, because, that Townsend has a problem with Zeppelin, and I'll tell you where it starts from. Jimmy Page was called in to play on some Who stuff because Townsend couldn't do it in time back in the I Can't Explain days. And since then, Townsend has had a chip on his shoulder about Jimmy Page. So and then even like they all are like, oh, John Bonham hits the drums too hard. Oh, yeah, maybe it owes him money. Relax. The guy's the greatest. Let me tell you, between, what's his name said it? Keith Richards once said, Bonham hits the drums too hard. Doesn't have a groove. Doesn't have a groove. Well, let me tell you what. We can exhume him and Charlie Watts, and you show me Charlie Watts play a groove like Fool in the Rain, and I'll fucking blow him. And I'll tell you right now, I ain't blowing him because he ain't playing it. He can't. Marty Friedman's phenomenal. In fact, the other day, Mr. Bodybuilding, I heard Skin of My Teeth. And the solo between Marty Friedman and Mustaine, I love it both. Because Mustaine is like really guttural. And it's a little bit simpler, but it's so strong. And then Friedman with those crazy arpeggios is just fucking, it's amazing. That song is like just unbelievable. Laura Nyro. Yeah, that's something we should probably. I love Stone Soul Picnic, Hannah Bomb. No. Yeah, I think, well, see, yes, I think Bozio's a great drummer. I think you can't argue with when it comes to Vinny, when Vinny goes in and can play on a Megadeth record. Enzo, you want to hear like something sick? Go listen to Nardis by Eugene Maslov. That's Vinny on one take. And it's ridiculous. So he's unbelievable. But that doesn't mean he's my favorite. I love Vinny. And I also love he's a great guy. I'd love to get him on the show. So Vinny, if you're watching, call me. Let's get on the show. I got to text him and get on the show. I got to get him on. I messaged him once before and he was super busy. He was like, but I got to get him back on. Dave Mustaine or Hammett in Metallica. I think Mustaine's a much better guitar player and a much better songwriter than Kirk Hammett. In fact, I think Metallica suffers without Dave Mustaine in the band, and that's why I think Master of Puppets is kind of like when they're on their own without using any of Mustaine's material. And why I like the first. There's a song I heard on Kill 'Em All the other day, and I was like, you could totally hear Holy War. Like I totally knew it was a Mustaine written tune. Tell me the songs on that album.
Okay, Kill 'Em All had.
Can you sorry? What about doing Change the World? Oh, by John Mayer. Oh no, Eric Clapton. That's a great song. Terry played on a corner.
Okay.
Oh, I love Bozio. Bozio did a clinic for me. I think Bozio's a monster too. But I mean, we're splitting hairs at that point. Like we're still. If you sit there and you say, I think Terry Bozzio is the best in the world, we're talking about the too higher echelon. At least we're not saying Phil Rudd's the best drummer of all time. And that's what I feel like when somebody says Eric Clapton's the greatest guitar player of all time. I feel like someone's saying Phil Rudd's the best drummer. Okay, Clapton can be your favorite, and I respect that he's your favorite, but don't compare him to some of these other guys that are light years past him as a player. That doesn't mean they're better than him in the success. We can look at someone's success by what songs they wrote, what they played on, what they did. But technically, we can all sit and look at working players and say, oh, that's just a real fucking great player. There's a jazz guy on here from England, Robbie Barnby. This kid's one of the greatest fucking technical players. This guy plays a 2-second lick. It's better than anything Clapton played in his career. Doesn't mean, you're not going to sit there and say that you don't like Clapton. I'm just thinking, is it No Remorse? Give me what's the songs on? Give me the songs.
Well, No Remorse is on there, but I don't think that sounds like Holy Warfare.
No, give me the songs.
Okay, first one's Hit the Lights.
Hit the Lights, that's it.
Yep. Four Horsemen is actually Mechanics that Dave Mustaine did on the first Megadeth album. That's definitely Dave Mustaine's riff and stuff.
Ron Jazombek. I love the Jazombek brothers. Fucking great musicians. Charlie was a jazz drummer.
Well, they always said Charlie.
Bone, there's no way. There is no way. I don't care if you're talking about Charlie Watts was a jazz drummer. Yes, he might be able to play jazz, but he is not playing the Purdy Shuffle at all. That is not common amongst jazz guys. It's not a typical swing. There's no way. I'm telling you right now, there's no way he's pulling it off. He had a hard time pulling off a square 4 without taking the hat off to hit the fucking snare. There's no way. Sorry, J-Bo. I love Charlie Watts. Don't get me wrong. I love him. But you sit there and badmouth Bonham because Charlie Watts is your drummer. Yeah, it's a nice nod to Charlie, but let's be realistic. Charlie Watts is not John Bonham.
Well, when they say Charlie Watts played jazz, the thing is they always said it. And when he finally came out with his album where he played jazz, it was all just slow.
Yeah, it was, and swing stuff. Yeah, no, I understand what they mean. Yeah, we're not talking about Elvin Jones here. You know what I mean? It's like, give me a break.
It's like he's
not a Blakey. Like Megadeth, Pico Loreno, good player. Good player.
Page Hamilton from Helmet, right? They always said he could play jazz fusion and all that stuff like that. Never heard it. It's like,
meanwhile, in the meantime, I love that band. Anyways,
yeah.
How do you quantify a guitar player being better than another? Charlie F says. What I'm saying is somebody's a great player. Somebody who's technically proficient, has a great understanding of the board, and can do anything where you don't see, obviously, the less crippling. So a guy like Larry Carlton would obviously be in the upper echelon of players. Guys like Grant Giesman. You listen to Grant Giesman play that solo on Feels So Good, and that's plugged direct into a board with no effects. And now go listen to Eric Clapton play. It's like, come on. There's not... As a player, you have to have some level of being able to sit there and understand the difficulty of what people are doing and what they're not doing. Now, I'm not talking about Charlie F. Who's your favorite? Because that's completely different. If I said to you, my favorite rock singer is David Coverdale, which it is not. But if I said that, am I saying he's a better singer than Freddie Mercury? Yeah, if I'm an idiot. But Freddie Mercury was a real gifted singer. Like, we can sit there and look at the technical side of it, but you can still like Coverdale better. But you have to understand, if you're looking at it from a technical sense, a person that spent their life singing is going to look at the two and go, yeah, they're both good, but this guy's fantastic, pointing to Mercury, just because of his technique and what he's able to do.
In fact,
let me tell you guys, first of all, Charlie Watts and Ginger Baker are about as much jazz as Kenny G. Songbird. And I'm going to end it with that. I don't want to hear anyone talk about that those guys are jazz players. It's fucking silly and stupid. Christ. Ginger Baker's jazz. Well, how come he couldn't play rock either? I can't stand the way Ginger Baker plays drum.
Well,
You know who else is a jazz drummer? You may as well say that fucking Bill Ward is a jazz drummer. He says he is because he plays in what we call orchestra time. You know, but it's fine. But they're not jazz drummers. They may have been influenced in jazz.
I'll say this about Ginger Baker. It's like, I don't think he's a bad drummer. I just think that he's overrated for what he's being called, like a jazz drummer. Oh, he's such a great drummer inside. And then you listen to him. He's a really good drummer, but that's about it.
Who?
Oh, Ginger Baker.
Cheech is asking, do I think Dean DeLeo is a chord master? I don't hear anybody playing anything that I think is that outside. I mean, I think the master of chords, you would say, for me, I like what Donald Fagen does. And even, again, in a conversation today with Krellbauer, what did I say about Donald Fagen?
Was it today?
It was today.
Friday?
Oh, it might have been Friday.
Yeah, well, you said Steely Dan wasn't jazz.
Charlie F., are you getting upset about a word better? When somebody's, if I say, here's a guy that can run up, that can play, that's really proficient, yes, he is a better mechanical, technical player than that person. Does that mean you can like that guy more? You can like that guy better too. But better, there's no way to subjectively say what you enjoy. I can't put that on a meter. There's no way I can sit there. If someone says to me, and they said this to me many times over, Dwayne Allman's the greatest slide player that ever lived. Really? On what planet? On what planet is he the greatest that ever lived? He could be a favorite, but I can listen to every recording of him and then go listen to it played super clean by Jerry Douglas on a dobro. So is Jerry Douglas a better player than he is? I think he is. I would say that anyone that would play the instrument would strive to be more like Jerry Douglas. Yes, they may love, and Dwayne might be that person's favorite, but that's not taking away from what we're talking about here. We're talking about as a, you know what I'm saying?
You know, whose slide playing I liked, and you're going to laugh when I say this, and I think I've said this before. I don't think he's the greatest slide playing stuff, but when he played slide, it was very unique and melodic. It was George Harrison. I thought what he did with slide fit the music very well.
Ry Cooder's a great player. I also think Joe Walsh is and Don Felder. I think both those guys are excellent slide players. In fact, those guys would probably be my favorites because I love what they do on slide. But I recognize, like, I could sit there and say my favorite slide player is Joe Walsh. I just love what he does with a slide. I love it. Does that mean he's the greatest that ever lived? No. I think Ry Cooder's a way better slide player, technically. And I also think Jerry Douglas eats them both up for lunch. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Jamie.
Yeah, you know what? It's apples and oranges, though. It's like, you know, for what the progressive stuff, you know, Steve Howe's great, but Billy Gibbons.
It is superlatives, Ruffalo, but we're trying to, what I'm saying is your superlatives are when you say your favorites. The other is, that was David Lindley, Ruffalo, who's a great player. The thing I'm saying is those could be your superlatives. The other is trying to look at them subjectively, because you have no idea if I'm saying somebody I think is if I even like the way that person plays. For instance, Andre Segovia was a hell of a classical guitar player. Can we all agree on that?
What'd you say?
Andre Segovia was a great player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't care for that kind of music. I don't care. But he's an amazing player, an amazing guitar player.
Well, I'd rather listen
Alan
to
Holdsworth. You may not like what Alan Holdsworth plays, but I don't think anybody can touch him.
As great as a player that Andre Segovia was, I'd rather listen to like Elliot Fisk or Christopher Parkening. I think, you know, they took that, went further. If you like classical guitar.
Thunderberg, yes, I agree, but I'm trying to say, like, I wasn't declaring. I was merely saying, and again, I'm saying it not from a point of what I think is the best, but who I think is in in a manner of working in that field of what I would feel would be the best. In other words, Eddie Van Halen's my favorite guitar player. Do I think Eddie can play like Alan Holdsworth? No, I think Alan Holdsworth is if I had to say who's a better player, I would have to say Holdsworth. But Eddie's my favorite. That's what I'm trying to say is, so I can sit there and say, but I won't say Eddie's the best. And that's what people do. They pick their favorite and they say, this is the best. I like Eric Clapton. Everything he does moves me. Therefore, he's the best. No, therefore, he's your favorite. That's all I'm saying.
I'd be hard pressed. I mean, I love Richie Kotzen. I consider him one of my favorites. But
yeah,
I mean,
technically great player.
Billy Gibbons. I mean, like friggin', he's always been one of my favorites. And on any given day, he can be my favorite.
Well, Johnny Kramer, I'm trying to separate from what I like to what I think from an objective point of view. You know, I'm trying to explain, like, if someone said to me, who's my favorite bass player? And I brought this up the other day, and this is a tough one, guys, to think about this. A lot of people will always jump in with Geddy Lee. They throw Geddy Lee in their hat, and they throw in Chris Squire and any bass player that you think is your favorite bass player. And then think about the guys like Marcus Miller and Chuck Rainey who go in on it. And what's the guy from Motown? Jameson. And think about these guys go in and play a song with a chart in front of them. And people spend their lifetime trying to learn what they did in those 4 minutes when they played something off the top of their head.
Ed Dana's busting your balls.
It's all right. Ed Dana. Prince is the greatest. Good one. John Paul Jones. He's a great musician all around. And I love him on mandolin. I love John Paul Jones. I'm not trying to disparage anybody, guys. I'm just trying to explain that I think you can, like, people can be real big Keith Moon fans. And I understand Keith Moon's input to The Who. It really did make Who's Next an interesting record, those drums. But can I sit there and say he's one of the greatest drummers of all time? I don't think he's in the top 100. I don't think he can play a groove. The fact he doesn't even use a high, there's a lot about his playing I don't like, especially coming from a technical part. You can pick out the good that's in there, and if somehow with his band it works. No, Hugh, agreed. But I'm just saying, just in general, Hugh, if somebody says to you, you think your favorite's all that matters, but that's because if you're not working in the biz. If you work in the business and someone says, hey, listen, I need a guy that he plays, and I need a guy that comes in and can play slide. I got 4 charts in front of me. I got to get this thing done, and I got a budget of X amount of dollars. You want somebody to say, I'm going to get you somebody in here that can play their ass off. This is who I think is technically proficient. You want the guy to come in to nail it. And that's all I'm saying. It's a subjective view, not my favorites. Like, my favorite country player is Steve Wariner. Hands down. Is Steve a better player than Brent Mason? I don't think so.
Nope.
Steve's my favorite, though.
Steve's the best singer than Brent Mason.
When I saw Holdsworth live, it was Cartman opened the door. He's amazing.
And never got to see him live.
Tommy Cowgill from the Muscle Shoals played bass for everyone. Cogbill? I thought the bass player was, let me think. Was it Hook? Wait, who played? Roger Hawkins played drums. I tell you, and the Muscle Shoals guys, I heard a great song the other day. I heard Main Street by Bob Seger. And I love Pete Carr's guitar solo on that song. Glenn Campbell was great. Kenny Aronoff's awesome. I knew Kenny. Kenny did some clinics for me. Super nice guy.
It says here
That David Hood was the bass guitar.
Hood. What I say, Hook? I knew it was. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Hood. That was the Muscle Shoals guy.
Yeah. And Pete Carr, lead
look-
guitar.
Pete Carr, right?
Yeah, Eddie Hinton.
And Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson guitar, yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson played on Boo Doo Doo. I'd Rather Go Blind. Pete Carr played on Main Street. Pete Carr did more of the 80s stuff, by the 70s stuff. By the 70s, Jimmy Johnson was producing. Hand up on the video, Scott Ian playing Van Halen. That's a singer from... Yeah. I mean, I guess when it comes down to it, there's lots of great, great players. I was just making the comment of, like, I was commenting to somebody who I thought a great player that somebody should know is, and they got all butthurt. Like, it wasn't, like, I never heard of the guy. You never heard of Vinnie Collier, so he must not be great. The guy's unbelievable. And so he looked him up on a list, and the list showed that he was 4th in some, like, poll. And it was, number 1 was Buddy Rich. 2 and 3 were Bonham and Neil Peart. And number 4 was Collier. And I'm like,
Where was Gene Krupa? I like
Neil
Gene
Peart
Krupa
compared to
better than
Vinnie
Rich.
Collier. It's like that's a popularity contest at that point, because there's no competition. I mean, just as far as
Now, talking about
maybe
Buddy
it's
Rich,
easy to play for you, J Bone. I'm just telling you, when I hear a drummer, I could tell you who can play. I mean, I don't think if the Purdy Shuffle's so easy to play, how come only very few people can do it? I don't think it's easy to play.
now
You
people
show
talk
me a
about-
guy, J Bone, that can play the groove to Rosanna, or Fool in the Rain, or let's see where else, or Babylon Sisters, or Home at Last, and keep a groove in solid time. Just show me it. I see guys online playing Rosanna and doing all these things all the time, and I'm like, it's not the same groove. Listen to Jeff Porcaro play it. Oh, Paul Yandel's excellent. Paul Yandel used to play with Chet Atkins. He was the Chet Atkins number 2 guy there. Great player. I love Gary Moore. Gary Moore's a fucking great player.
And a lot of people don't realize that, he hit popularity on the radio in 1990 with Still Got the Blues and stuff. Then he was more blues based after that. But before that, he had the career, the hard rock, heavy metal career. And before that, he had a jazz fusion career with Coliseum 2. And then he was with Thin Lizzy before that. He played a lot of stuff. He could play
Sandman,
straight jazz too.
Sandman, that's a completely different conversation. And without the writers, there is nobody playing songs. So that's absolutely true too. And but I don't want to go off on how I think Bob Dylan sucks as a writer anymore. I've been bashing Dylan so much as people are reaching out to me saying, can you go easy on Bob? Yeah. Crushing his nuts. Yeah, I love drums. I do love drums. And I love drummers.
I wanted to be a drummer.
And I love drummers. And I've gotten to work with some great drummers. And I've worked with drummers who I was like, okay, we'll make this work. And then we're never going to do it again. And I'm talking about pro guys, and I'll never say who they were, where I was not happy. Not happy. You think, what you hear on a record and what you think people are capable of doing are 2 different things. 2 very different things. When you get Vinnie to go into the studio, Vinnie plays like he's owned the song his whole life and can bang out 17 songs in a day. Then there are some guys that go in and they bang out 1 song in a day, and it comes out good, but you've wasted it. You burned a day. Gary Moore, there's a live version of Gary Moore playing You Don't Know Me. You Don't Love Me. And it's like the Allman Brothers version of it, but I like it better because he doesn't play over the hook and the solos. It's really good. Vinnie Paul's a great drummer. Great drummer with a great groove. That's my point, Eric Johnson. You're not going to say somebody and surprise me. That's what I mean. Like, Vinnie Paul is a fucking great drummer. And you want to talk about another great drummer that also had a great double bass was that kid in Slipknot that died, Joey Jordison. He could groove. He could groove while playing monster stuff. Just
another guy I saw playing with Yngwie, his name was Mike Tirana. He was a friggin' monster. They call him the Beast, I think, or something like that. And I saw him. Yeah, he's pretty terrifying. Played with Yngwie.
Yeah, I'd have to listen. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Well, Rosanna's it's only a bit harder because it's the Purdy shuffle with a with boom 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 hand jive on the foot. Me and Vinnie Paul, very good one, very good one. Ruffalo pulling out the Billy Paul, Mrs. Jones bit. I like it a lot. Portnoy's an amazing. You guys are all bringing up metal guys and metal, and Portnoy's a monster. A monster.
Can't play a drum solo. No, his drum solo is a very uninteresting.
Well, again,
But
I brought
great
this
drummer.
up before. Jeff Porcaro never soloed either.
Yeah.
Gary Moore played the best version of Red House, I heard. Yeah, I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it. Like I said, I think Gary Moore was one of those players that, to me, he's awesome. Awesome player.
He could.
There's a lot of guys like the problem.
play.
Here's the problem I have with Gary Moore. That somebody tells me that Clapton's the best guitar player that ever lived, and it's like Gary Moore in one song. To me, says more with feel and everything. Just a great player. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Clapton
it's hard
can't
for me
even hold
because
his jock.
and again, I love Clapton as an artist. Let me just say that. Like, I love oh yeah.
Oh, Dean Castronovo, Johnny.
Jay Bone in the studio, we
Yeah.
used to say to people, "Can you hear the click?" "Oh yeah, I hear it." Then you're not on it. That's the old joke. "Hey, can you hear the click okay?" "Oh yeah, Dave, I hear it." "Yeah, then you ain't on it. Let's get you on it."
Why'd you retract that message, Johnny? He just mentioned Dean from Journey, Dean Castronovo.
I
He's a
love
hell of
Jimmy
a
Page.
singer.
Love him. Love Jimmy Page.
Gary Hoey from.
Yeah, I'm
Royal
not a
Mass.
fan.
He's a fun guy to watch, though.
Yeah, I don't care for it. It's just, I mean, he's a good player, but it's I don't think he's in the upper echelon of guys.
No,
and
he's
therefore,
not.
in fact, if you guys want to hear a great record, and I have to tell you, I've played with him many times. He does other styles, and I wish he wouldn't. But John Finn, at the style of playing the Satriani type of rock, he did an album called Don't Look So Serious,
Which
and I like it better than anything Satriani or Vi did. Much better. It's just to me, it's.
I've talked with John Finn like around.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy.
6 years ago. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I say, he's a
super
very
nice
mellow
guy.
guy, but there's intensity to him. It's like
Intensities
when I
in
talk to
10
him,
cities.
Yeah. Ted Nugent. Johnny Kramer says, I retracted it, Krell, because I spelled it wrong.
Well, that's
Jesus
a
Christ,
first.
Johnny, you should retract everything.
Right, I was just going to say. Bill Bruford on the King Crimson stuff, especially Hugh Caldwell on Neurotica. Bill Bruford on Neurotica on the Beat album from 1980, what is it, 2? From King Crimson. Bruford's amazing. I love Brad Gillis. Brad Gillis is doing something new. I just saw he's doing something with a project with Billy Sheehan. I just saw it on my Instagram that Brad Gillis posted a picture. And he said, "Here's my new project." I like Gillis. I actually wanted him to start a band with Dobie Gray, and they could call the band Dobie Gillis.
Dobie.
You guys are talking about Dean Castronovo, but hold on a second. Steve Smith in Journey was incredible. The law firm of Innocent. Have you been in an accident and you need a roundabout way because you're fragile?
Have you dressed up like a knight in a round table and skated on ice and fell on your ass and broke your tailbone? Call Wakeman.
Call it Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman, and Howe. Why don't I cut an album? I've cut a few. Well, I produced a country record, and but I mean, it's if somebody pays me, it's hot. It's getting the work. I'm not going to get it in Massachusetts, that's for sure. Richard Fortus. Why do I know that name?
He was with Guns N' Roses and the revamp with him. And
Oh, God. Guns N' Roses would do me a favor and cease to exist on the radio. I'd be happy. And I don't hate them as much as I dislike them. What? Nothing on that? Crickets? What the fuck? Oh, I saw that, Hannah Baum. I'm so excited in April. Better Call Saul is back. The thing with Guns N' Roses, I'm just so stop playing them on Ozzy's Boneyard. If Sirius Radio is listening to me tonight, let me take my advice. Stop playing fucking Guns N' Roses and Metallica on Ozzy's Boneyard. And number 2, stop playing live tracks on any channel, unless you call the channel the live channel. Today, it was last night on the way home. Misunderstanding from Genesis is on. It's a live version, and Phil Collins to the end of the song is like rapping or doing something where I'm like, I almost wanted to go into a pole. I'm like, I am going to crash my car and cease to exist if I have to listen to this any longer. Sirius Satellite, stop playing live fucking music on channels that are like called Classic Rewind. Well, that's not classic. I don't want to hear them live. Yeah, Jay Bone. Smith is awesome. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Had a chance to see him play at
Oh, I love David Palmer. And a hell of a gentleman, Hugh Caldwell. I love Palmer.
November Rain needs to be longer.
If I never heard of, I don't even care for Axl. I don't want to hear them. And I'll tell you right now, this is going to be blasphemy to the metal guys who watch my channel. I don't want to hear Pantera anymore. Everything sounds the same to me. I'm sorry. It's like, I don't know, when Slipknot came out way later. Slipknot may be a stem off of Pantera, but way better. It's like everything I think Pantera got wrong, Slipknot corrected, in my opinion. Thanks, Thunderberg. Thunderberg and Lightning.
Thunderberg.
Oh, please, with the Vito Bratta. No more Vito Bratta talk.
I like Vito.
Of course you do.
Mm-hmm.
You put on White Lion right after you're listening to It's Raining Men.
Hallelujah. Well, was White Lion songs written by Paul Schaefer too?
They probably were. Wait. Oh. Voivod for the win. Excellent, Snowball. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, there's a bunch of things Ozzy's Boneyard also. Can we stop playing anything past Ozzy's done after Diary of a Madman? I don't want to hear anything that they did.
Yeah,
the Weather Girls of Metal.
I can do without anything Ozzy after. Well, I like stuff off The Ultimate Sin and Bark at the Moon.
Let me tell you what song they play constantly on Ozzy's Boneyard Deep Cuts. Never Say Die by Black Sabbath.
Really?
Never Say Die is the only good song on Never Say Die.
Yeah.
And they seem to play it every 5 seconds on Ozzy's Boneyard. The other thing I get a kick out of Ozzy's Boneyard Deep Cuts, they're like, the Prince of Darkness personally selected this song. Yeah, right. Yeah, Ozzy's going through going, what? Yeah. You can play anything you want at that point. He said he wants you to play Pantera. Okay, yeah. Is that what he said? Who the fuck knows what he says? It sounds like he's got a rag of chloroform in his mouth. Yeah, classic vinyl I hear all the time too. The problem again, Thunderberg, I don't want to hear live songs. Stop playing the live cuts. I don't know if it was classic vinyl or classic rewind. They keep playing The Refugee. The the outtake. Oh, thanks for playing me the version they didn't want me to hear. Enough. Stop it. Coming up, after we're going to play you a song that Tom Petty didn't want you to hear, we're going to play you a live fucking, live Night Moves the other day. I'm like, anytime they play, what's his face? Sega live, it's always Turn the Page or Catmandu. Now I got to hear Night Moves live. Can you just play the fucking, it's classic rewind. The songs you used to love. Yeah, that's not the version I want.
Well, at least they don't do live version is still the same.
They should just have the fucking AM station channel and just have me play on the channel. I'll play all the cuts, and people will be like, we want to hear the real songs. Oh, no. Sirius thinks this is going to be, you'll enjoy this just as much because they've been fucking torturing me with live. Hero. Oh, you're saying that one's a good one? No, I got to tell you, J-Bone, I actually do like a lot of the songs. I was going to say I like a lot of the songs on No More Tears. I actually prefer, I'll tell you a song I love to work out in the gym to. It's just a suicide messiah. Black Label Society, Suicide Messiah. I enjoy the piss out of. Again, I'll hear something angry coming out of Sant Anselmo's voice, and I'm like, the song is just boring because it just sounds like a guy pissed off, and I'm not understanding what he's saying. Then all of a sudden, I hear Zakk Wylde doing Suicide Messiah, and I'm like, oh yeah, this I'll throw some weights around. This is good. I love the recorded version of Shadow of a Doubt, one of my favorite songs, Ruffalo. Mostly because when they're live, the energy of the audience, the band, everyone's going to be playing faster. That's what happens. And that's really what saved Kiss was people would go see Kiss live and they were like, how come the fans are getting it all? And then they go listen to the record and everything's like, I gotta get away. I'm leaving this town. It sounded very, butte, if you will, like a dog that's been drugged. Yeah, I like listening to Little Steven's Underground Garage when he hosts. My only issue is that sometimes I feel like I'm listening to The Sopranos. T. I'm doing his face. And he's also into a little bit too much punk, and I'm not a punk guy. Chris DeGarmo, I love, and you heard it here first, folks. You'll hear me say a lot of negative things about Queensryche, but I'll tell you right now, The Warning and Rage for Order are two of my favorite metal records from the 80s. I love those two albums, especially Rage for Order. Yeah, it's just all, it's all angst, all, Walk. Yeah, they play Walk all the time.
Never a favorite of mine.
Honestly, and not to sound, whatever, but I'd rather listen to fucking Gorgoroth sing Insipid Satan instead of hearing Walk again. Especially they play the live version where he's like, come on, motherfuckers. I'm like,
I can't even tell you what that's. I've heard of Gorgoroth, but I couldn't even tell you.
Oh, Insipid Satan's hilarious. But if you're at a fucking Pantera concert, you are basically in a fucking bathhouse. It is nothing but hanging hostage from age 13 to 50. I mean, it is just
Agreed.
Dudes.
I
It
saw
is dudes.
Pantera at Rocky Point.
Yeah.
Back in 92, I think.
Oh, yeah, totally J-Bone. You fumbled for your keys. I'm 6 or 7 steps behind. Oh, that'd be great, Hugh. You kidding? He's one of my all-time favorites. Now, you see, here's my point. Paul Buchanan, the way he sings a line in a song emotes to me. It reaches into my soul. I love Paul Buchanan. Now, is he a better singer than Freddie Mercury? No, I can clearly say it. He's not as good a singer as Freddie Mercury, but it doesn't matter. But I can sit there and comment on the technical merits of two singers and say, this guy's technically a better singer. This guy moves me. And now, does Freddie move me? Absolutely. When I hear songs like, you can reduce me to tears in a single what is that called? You Take My Breath Away.
Take My Breath Away.
Fantastic. So dear friend, your
Dear friend.
love.
Yep.
Beautiful. Gorgeous songs. Nevermore. There's no loving in my life. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful songs. They move me. Not the same as when, obviously my favorite being Paul Buchanan, the way he sings the songs and moves me. Eric Johnson, that's excellent. Bathhouse metal. All shred guitar is bathhouse metal. Let me tell you, know what I mean? It's like Christ.
Sausage
You're gonna
shred.
Yeah, you want to go see Steve Vai tomorrow night? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll bring my towel. Get the towel boy over here. We'll get
Bring the sausages.
Oh, level 42. I love beautiful songs, and Mark King plays a hell of a bass. And I love Mark King's voice. In the hanging sausage, animals scream. Oh, yeah. The Hanging Garden. His Floyd Rose tricks are cool. What are you talking about? What is Johnny Kramer talking about? Leather Wolf. Yeah. Well, he was the secondary singer. That when they did that was the keyboard player. Yeah, but I love I love Mark King's tone of his voice. Agreed, John Taylor. Gary Husband, the first keyboard player in level 42. I thought Gary Husband was a drummer. No, he doesn't sound anything like him. That was my point. I was saying you can still, from a perspective of being objective, to say, whatever. I was trying to say that one could be my favorite. Clearly, Buchanan, the album, The Blue Niles, Hats, phenomenal. That moves me. Oh, Dimebag. Yeah. I don't. The Dimebag thing doesn't. I mean, he's a fuck. There's an exact example. Dimebag. If someone said to me, "What do I think of Dimebag's playing?" He's a fucking monster player, but I don't like it. I don't like any of it. I hate the tone. I hate the sound. I think Santansomo's a good singer. I just don't like the songs. The best thing they ever did for me was when they did Planet Caravan. Oh, yeah, I love that song. Did I do a lesson on that? In fact, Emily and I did that song once at a show. I want to get... Oh, Ole Roth is a great guitar player. Yeah, I thought he was the drummer. Wasn't Gary Husband the drummer? He's a keyboard player? Am I out of my mind here? Why do I think?
Chad Wackerman played with Holdsworth, too.
Yeah, Holdsworth, the drummer was hold on. Husband's it says he's a drummer.
Didn't the husband play
level
with
42? Yeah, but he was he the drummer in level 42? Somebody said he played keyboards. I'm like, I thought he was a drummer. Hold on, I'm looking it up.
drummer? English drummer. He's a acclaimed drummer, pianist, composer, and educator. So he could have played keyboard.
He did. Oh yeah, occasional keyboards.
Yeah, level 42. Billy Cobham, Spectrum, UK.
Yeah, but what did he play in that band? I didn't realize he played occasional keyboards.
Soft
what kind of
Machine.
keyboard do you have? An occasional one. Oh yeah, Chad Wackerman's fucking great.
Alan Holdsworth.
Is that who you're talking about when you said Chad?
Yep, Chad Wackerman.
Yeah, he's great. I almost had Chad Wackerman on a gig. And I ended up using Vinnie. But I love Chad. I love the way Chad plays. But if I had my druthers.
Two Zappa
It's-
played.
What's that? Yeah.
Two
I saw
Zappa
Chad.
played.
I saw Chad play with Alan Holdsworth in like 91. In fact, I think he was touring like Secrets, which I think is a Vinnie record. Yeah, right. Yeah, Brooks Wackerman. Yeah, Brooks Wackerman, Chad Wackerman, Bailiff Wackerman. Bailiff whack his pee-pee. Actually, Hugh, if I say no, that actually might be a good thing. Can Holdsworth play Wonderwall? I think that's the joke he's making. I love Lindsey Buckingham. Great, great player, great writer, great singer, great everything. Great hair in the 70s. I love that Les Paul Custom. He used to play the white one before he went to the Rick Turner guitars. The Allman Brothers. Thunderberg. Oh, Big Love's excellent. There you go, Gary Hubbs. Gary, absolutely. Well, you can defend him. The point is I'm not saying I know people like them a lot, and I have a lot of friends that love Pantera. I don't get it. Like, to me, like, I hear more musical when I hear Corey Taylor doing the Cookie Monster and the Angry thing. But there's something that I find less musical in Pantera. But I know a lot of people that love them. But we love ZZ Top, Gary Hubbs. Got a girl, her name's Francine. Alan didn't know Theory? Yeah, he does. That's ridiculous.
He just
would
looked
call-
at it differently than most.
Yeah, he just called him out. Alan knows his theory. He would call things out by the chord names. And I do it on my theory show where if you take any 7-note chord, you can call a whole scale by its chord name. And that's how he worked. He looked at it as chords. I teach it the same way. I say if because what he does is he does it where the markers are in the chord. And I try to just tell people, look, if you're looking at a C major 13, that's the 1 chord of the scale. If you look, but where you can seek out the markers, he just jumps right to it. He has 10 scales he plays from, and each chord has the marker from a different LP studio, LP custom debate. That's funny. Glasgow Royal Mark King bass forwards. Oh yeah, he's amazing. I love Bonham. Would he be a good session drummer? I mean, to a point he was. I think he's a great drummer. To me, it's a very distinct sound.
From what I read, that Richard Cole biography and stuff. It's when they used to go to towns and stuff. He used to do stuff like, let's say Chuck Berry was playing. Chuck Berry's known for having different, bands and stuff in different towns, and he happened to go see him and stuff. And Bonham went up on stage and said, "You don't know what the fuck you're doing." And so he used to do that with numerous acts. If you go see him, if he looked at the drummer and said, "Oh my God, I think this guy's a great artist, but this drummer's screwing it up," he'd get up and friggin' outshine the guy.
Gino Vanelli is one of my favorites, and Gino's played with some great drummers. And speaking of Gino, Mark Craney was a great drummer. Yeah. Lynch doesn't know much theory, but Holdsworth knows his shit backwards and forwards. I mean, there's no way Holdsworth's playing Countdown by fucking John Coltrane and not knowing theory. That would be insane. Holdsworth to me is one of the most advanced guys. His whole lesson on theory is a lesson that I wish more people would understand, is by learning the whole 7/0 chord bit and thinking of things like that, like where if you got like a, like if someone said to him like a C9 sharp, like a 9 sharp, a 9 sharp 11, then he knows you're in the 4 of the melodic minor scale. That type of thing. That's how he would look at stuff, which is great. Chuck asked a local promoter to hire a band. Promoter, what song is he going to play? Oh. Didn't that dude join Poison? Blues Saraceno?
Yeah, Blues Saraceno did too. Blues is great. He's a great player. I'm not a Chuck Berry fan of the person or the artist. Or the artist. In fact, if his cousin Marion Berry didn't call him when Marty McFly was playing that 1958 guitar at the 1956. You know that sound you're looking for? Well, listen to this.
Yeah. I don't know LaFleurs is the best drummer in Metallica. Did you ever see what's the kid's name that's in Blue Oyster Cult?
Kid? Playing drums.
Well, he's younger than me, so he's a kid.
Is he a drummer?
Yeah, no, he's a guitar player. Richie something. What's the kid's name that's in
all I know is Buck Dahmer.
No, he's been in the band recently. Anyways, he does a Band Geeks. He does the Band Geeks page, and he also does this great bit where he plays Michael McDonald's What a Fool Believes, and he's singing it at the end, and he's whatever the guy's name was. I don't remember, Johnny.
Richie Castellano?
Richie Castellano does a video where he's singing What a Fool Believes, and he's in McDonald's, and Ronald McDonald goes, Michael, it's your cousin Ronald. Here's that sound you've been looking for. And he's, because he's singing, she came from somewhere back in a long, but like,
he looks like Michael McDonald.
Well, that's the joke. Well, the joke is he's looking like they're all wearing the beards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Marion Barry, whatever that guy. What was the name in the what's the name in the movie? I don't even know.
Well, not Marion. Marion
Hey,
Barry.
Chuck, it's your cousin. Yeah.
Jeez.
They have to dumb it for the audience where he has to say his last Barry. It's like, all right, we get it. We get the joke, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I
hate the dumbing down of audiences. You know what I hate the most is in Predator. Right? They got Predator looking for Arnold, but Arnold's covered in mud. And Arnold has to say, he can't see me. Yeah, but he can fucking hear you, dumbass. You don't need to dumb it down for the audience. We can figure out he's looking around. Nope.
Marvin Berry. Marvin,
that's it. I said Mary. It's Marvin. Yeah. Tony got it. Nice one. But Arnold's like, he can't see me. Listen, asshole, you want to shut the hell up? We're not morons in the audience here.
Yeah, when Bill Duke gets killed, he made less noise. He's underneath that little scaffolding and stuff, and he's just creeping around, and then all of a sudden he gets the thing through the head.
I think when Bill Duke he has the razor to his face, and he's like, I can see you.
Anytime. Ain't got time.
Trivia you don't need. My drum teacher took lessons from the Cows at PAT. I'm 2 degrees away from Joe and Jeff. Hey, very good, J-Bone.
Well, if it's cold mud snowball, it'll probably kill you infrared signature. for a period of time until it warmed up.
What is it?
Oh, he says he's not sure mud really kills your infrared signature. I said, well, if it was cold mud, but then again, they're in tropical forest, so I would guess it wasn't.
You know how I knew it killed his infrared signature? When the predator's looking around and he doesn't see anything, and then we know Arnold's standing right there, and he's like, he can't see me. Yeah, shut the fuck up. We get it. We're not idiots here. Come on. They got to dumb the movie down for you.
Well, the thing is, we could see him. We can make him out in the mud.
Yeah. Predator. What a horrible script with a great cast. No, it's great.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I said, it's great. To me, it's like they get to the crescendo of it. They get to the crescendo of it, and he's not only has he figured out how to cover himself in mud, but then he talks, and you're like, well, can he fucking hear? The people are rustling through the leaves 100 yards away, and this thing's going and sees it and shoots it. This idiot goes, he can't see me. Oh, apparently he's deaf for that second. That was for the audience. Yeah, Hugh, it was Mikey. Mikey was in the hospital. Screw you, Dave. I needed clarification. For what? for the scene. Yeah. John Taylor was like, wait a second. Can the predator not see him? He can't see me. Thanks, Arnold. That's funny, John. That's funny stuff. It's the dumbing down of the movie.
Yeah. And you know,
as if it wasn't dumb enough when we got fucking...
problem. That's my problem with Seth MacFarlane's humor, is that he'll have a joke, but he's got to graphically show it instead of leaving it unsaid on so many times. And
they beat a dead horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I told you, I think the show was funny like the first 3 seasons, and then they made Peter unlikable. And then it's like, you know what? They burn stuff so much. So it's like, well, now he's not funny. He's annoying.
A Million Ways to Die in the West. I don't know if you've seen that one.
No, you talked about it today to somebody.
No, I didn't.
A Million Ways to Die. You said today. You go, I liked A Million Ways to Die.
No. That's 1,000 Ways to Die on TV. It's like a different show. It's like
1,000 Ways to Die, A Million Ways to Die.
Yeah.
I see where your taste is.
A Million Ways to Die in the West. But anyways, Sarah Silverman plays a prostitute. And, you know, the running joke is her boyfriend, fiance, Giovanni Ribisi, can't get any sex from her. She screws everyone, but she's like, I'm saving myself for you. So the whole thing is that she gets proposed to do anal and she has to do anal. So it's like, then the next scene, they're sitting on the porch and they say, well, geez, why don't you have a seat? And she's like, no. It's like, that's enough, right? But no, she has to say, no, I've been taking a dick up my ass all the time. No shit.
Right.
You know, or when they get in a gun battle and Doogie Howser there has to take a shit because they gave him some sort of laxative. And so he shits in his hat. And then when he walks away, they show the hat tip over and all the shit run out. It's like, no need for that. We understand what happened.
Yeah, Bernard Edwards produced that album, J-Bone.
What album's that?
Power Station's first album.
Oh, okay. Yep.
What, her gay lover's plastic dick? I don't get it.
Sarah Silverman. I'm not sure I get the joke, but I think it's a reference to...
McFarlane's a New England guy. I think he's from Connecticut.
Yeah. He may be originally from Connecticut, but, you know, he's famous for Rhode Island because he may have resided in Rhode Island, went to RISD.
Well, he went to RISD, right. That's where the Fuzzy Door Productions comes from. That was his dorm room.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
You know what's a good episode? You know what's a good Nile Rodgers produced it? I don't think so.
Okay, he was born in Kent, Connecticut. Yeah.
I don't think so, J-Bone. I think it's Bernard Edwards. Let me look it up. When Power Station came out, I think he was producing David Bowie. Power Station album. The Power Station. Producer, Bernard Edwards. DL.
There you go.
Come
Tony
on,
Thompson played
folks.
drums.
Yeah, Tony Thompson played drums. It was produced by Bernard Edwards. Yeah, Nile Rodgers isn't anywhere near it. Not even any of the credits. Oh, Fonzie Thornton sang background. He did a lot of Chic stuff too.
What's our favorite 80s album? So's
Peter
great.
great.
Gabriel, probably.
80s album?
Yeah, So.
Oh, I don't know if it's the best of the 80s. It was the best of 86.
Best of 86, but arguably the best of the 80s. That's the first one.
I don't know about that at all.
Okay,
I don't
we
know.
got to start naming off some albums then.
In the 80s, better than Peter Gabriel's So?
Yeah.
The Blue Nile Hats.
See, I can't comment on that, so.
The Night Fly by Donald Fagen.
Can't really comment on that either. That's I probably know 1-2 songs off that, but
I don't know. Maybe for me, this is going to seem crazy. Maybe Heaven and Hell by Black Sabbath. I love that album.
yeah, I do too. But I
My favorite. Oh, I see. Hugh asked the question. What's my favorite 80s album? God, that's tough. 81. You know what I was thinking the other day was I think the best album Reinhold Mack ever worked on might be Don't Say No by Billy Squier. And that says
That's
a
a
lot
great
considering. Nick Johnson, I don't know who that is. Toy Matinee, you brought that up before. I think that's Tim Pierce's band. My favorite 80s album. I love Lenny Kravitz. In fact, I think the 5 album is fantastic. I love the album Circus. I think Circus is his best album. Mama Said is good. I find it a little derivative, but still fun. But I do love Circus. Love that album. Talking Heads was formed at RISD, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Growing up in Rhode Island, you heard that almost every other day, or anytime Talking Heads came on.
Yeah, my Mama Says is almost like a little superstition. Every song is derivative. I could pull every song out and tell you what song it's kind of ripping on. That's the only problem I have with Mama Says. The album after Mama Says, I think, is Are You Gonna Go My Way? And there's a couple of great songs. Is There Any Love in Your Heart's a great song on that album. Wow, In the Mood. We were just talking about that one.
Robert Plant, yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about that Friday night. Lenny Kravitz, yeah, but Circus, I think, is hey Rich, what's going on? Tell your mom we say hello. Tim was a side guitarist. Mark Bonilla was the main tourney. Calvin Gilbert wrote and arranged all the songs, pure genius. Where would you rank Red Roses for me in your top 80s albums, Hugh Caldwell? Just listen to the live version, Dance Until Dawn. If you don't like Lenny, you will have to hearing it. I just want to tell Hugh Caldwell the other night I heard Reap the Wild Wind. Fantastic.
Oh my God. I had to look at Rolling Stone.
Thanks, Hannah Bond.
Top 100 albums of the 1980s. Number 1 is The Clash, London Calling.
Who said this?
Rolling Stone.
London Calling does not make my top. No, not my top 100.
And
go on.
Number two's Prince and Revolution, Purple Rain. No.
It's not even, let's put it this way. Purple Rain is not as good as Dirty Mind from 1980.
Mm.
Purple Rain's not as good as, it might be as good as Controversy. I think 1999 is a better album.
Number 3 is Joshua Tree.
Joshua Tree isn't as
Too
good
high.
as, I don't like it as much as I like the Unforgettable Fire. There's too much fluff on Joshua Tree.
Talking
I
Heads,
do not-
Remain in Light. Nope.
Great album.
A great album, but not number 4.
Number 4, maybe number 400.
Graceland, Paul Simon. I know
Great
you like
album.
the album. I don't
Great
like it as
album.
much, but not number
Not-
5. of
Not in the
80s.
top 30 of the whole decade. We're talking about the decade.
Yep.
No way. No
Born
way.
in the USA, no way.
Not as good as The River. Not as good
Thrillers-
as Nebraska. Not as good as
Thriller's
Tunnel
number
of Love.
7.
Thriller?
Thriller's number 7. Good album, but like you say, not as good as Off the Wall, but that was 79.
Yeah, and probably
And then,
not
of
in my
course,
top 50.
REM, Murmurs, number 8. Are you effing kidding me?
Rolling. Well, this is a magazine / organization that says that Bob Dylan's the greatest songwriter of all time.
Richard and Linda Thompson, Shoot Out the Lights.
Great album. Great.
I'm familiar with.
Great
Richard
album. However, not in the top 100 of the decade.
Oh my God, Tracy Chapman. Are you friggin' kidding me? How does Tracy Chapman get ahead of So?
Tracy Chapman, how is she ahead of any album that I like?
Yeah. Elvis Costello, Get Happy.
Get
Public
Happy.
Enemy.
Hold on. Get Happy
Yeah.
in the 80s.
Yeah, it's number
Goodbye
11.
Cruel
of all
World.
the
Goodbye
albums.
Cruel World is a better album, and Punch the Clock is a better album.
Mhm.
Hey, Angel Martinez.
Public Enemy, number 12. Takes a Nation, Millions to Hold Us Back. Midnight Oil, number 13. Are you effing kidding me?
Diesel and Dust.
Yeah. Oh my God. So they
Oh,
list that
exactly.
number-
Gary Hub nailed it. It's a hipster's list. I call
Yep.
it the hipster doofus list. Yeah.
So is number 14. I mean, you got Midnight Oil before So. That's freaking ridiculous.
He wrote some of them. Some to most, I would say. Not the big hits though. Like All Along the Watchtower wasn't his. I don't think Red House was his.
Wait a second. Prince 1999 came out in 79, didn't it?
Hell no.
Was it
82, 83.
Not 82. Not that late.
What? Of course it did. 1980
I
is
thought it
Dirty Mind. 1981 is Controversy. 1982, 1999. 83, I don't think he did anything. 84 was Purple Rain. Or 83 was Purple Rain, and 84
Yeah, it was
Glenn,
82.
84.
I thought it would be 81. After I was wrong with
Controversy.
79.
79 was For You.
Yeah. Police Synchronicity 17.
Ghost of the Machine is a better album.
Yeah.
Zinni Mind is a better album.
Dirty Mind is number 18. Lou Reed, forget about it. Pretenders.
Agreed, Hugh.
Tom Waits, Rain Dogs.
Pretenders what? Pretenders?
Yep.
Great album. That's 1980.
Mhm. Yeah. Tom Waits, Rain Dogs, 21.
Rain Dogs, is that the best of the 80s? It is. It is.
One of in your book, yeah. The Smiths.
They have the Smiths. The first album is their best.
That's what they're saying.
I think Meat is Murder's better. I think The Queen is Dead is better.
Then it's Black Uhuru.
Black Uhuru? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
These are such hipsters.
X. I'm waiting for. I'm wondering where my
X
one of
Los
my
Angeles.
favorites- Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love, AC/DC, Back in Black, 26. Guns N' Roses, Appetite.
Oh, for fuck's sake. This
Janet
list
Jackson,
sucks.
Control, 28.
Control. I think Rhythm Nation's better than Control.
Double Fantasy, Len Yoko Ono, 29. Los Lobos, How Will the Wolf Survive, 30.
Oh boy, will the wolf survive? Terrible
They put
stuff. Go on.
they put Avalon at 31.
Great album.
Hmm.
Roxy Music, great album.
John Cougar Mellencamp, 32.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Husker Du, Zen Arcade, 33. Rolling Stones, Tattoo You, 34.
I think Emotional Rescue is way better than Tattoo You.
Yeah, well, Tattoo You is just a patchwork of previously recorded songs.
Yeah, it's outtakes, but it's still a good album that should be recognized. But I think Emotional Rescue is a better record.
Then Metallica, Kill 'Em All, which I don't understand
Ride
why.
the Lightning's a better album.
Yeah.
Better album.
Anita Baker, Rapture, 36.
Had a good debut album. Doesn't deserve to be that high on the list. There's 3 good songs on it. Go on.
Marvin Gaye, Midnight Love, 37. Along with
That was
Sexual
1981. One song, Sexual Healing. Go on.
Elvis Costello, Imperial Bedroom.
Imperial Bedroom
38.
still not as good as Punch the Clock or Goodbye Cruel World.
Punch the Clown. No, ZZ Top, Eliminator, 39.
Great record.
U2 War, 40.
Still,
REM.
Still, Unforgettable Fire is better than both those albums.
This list really loves REM. REM Document, 41. Robert Cray Band, Strong Persuader, 42. Nebraska, Bruce Springsteen, 43.
Wasn't Robert Cray in Animal House?
Yeah, he was the bass player in Otis Day and the Nights.
That's what I thought. Okay, go on.
Nebraska, Springsteen, 43.
That's a good record.
Yep.
Better than the other one they said.
Oh, here we go. Bob Dylan, Oh Mercy, 44.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't put number 1.
It should be 44 to the worst. Go ahead.
Sonic Youth, Daydream Nation, 45.
Sucks.
Peter Gabriel, Melty Face, 46.
Melty Face is a good album. It's better than Security.
Private Dancer, Tina Turner, 47.
Ugh, awful.
XTC Skylarking, 48. I could see it being top 100, definitely. The Feelies, Crazy Rhythms. Who the fuck are the Feelies? Madonna.
Go on.
Madonna.
Her first one.
Yep.
Unreal.
Okay, that's the first 50. The previous.
That's 50 albums. I would say there might be 3 that are on my list in the first 50.
Yeah, exactly.
First of all, if we're talking about the 80s, AC/DC Back in Black's a must.
Yeah,
Black
that was
Sabbath. Black Sabbath, Heaven. I'm just going to pull up the heavy stuff first. Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, a must.
Yeah, let's see if it's on the list. I know AC/DC was, but let's see. Run DMC.
Okay.
51. Dire Straits, Making Movies, 52.
That's their best.
John Hyatt, Bring the Family, 53.
Ridiculous.
Talking Heads, Speaking in Tongues. Second time they appear on the list. John Fogerty, Center Field. It was a catchy album.
Yeah. Zans can dance, but it steals your money. Go on.
Rock and Roll Girls. Joy Division, Closer.
God.
Pete Townsend.
I tell you right now, New Order had the album, Well, I Come from the Land of the Sun. Can't remember the name of the record. That album I like better than the Joy Division one. Go on.
Pete Townsend, Empty Glass, 57.
That's 1980. Good record. That's a good record.
Yeah. Various artists, The Indestructible Beat of Soweto. What the fuck?
I think I can come out with better albums from 1980 and 81 and come out with 100.
What the fuck? Various artists, The Indestructible Beat of Soweto.
That is why.
Oh, I know why. I know why. Because
Yeah.
they say it themselves. The next logical step after you've gone to Paul Simon's Graceland is a classic. Out of bleak and dusty streets of Soweto, South Africa, is a largest black township, Springs music, joyous and proud. So they added it as a thing. Well, we can't put Paul Simon on here without giving credit to the music.
Oh, I love the band Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
Yeah.
Oh, I love those. Rain, rain.
No, I'm just saying
rain.
they had to tip the hat on the list. Otherwise, they would say that, oh, geez. George Clinton, Computer Games, 59.
Computer Games isn't that good.
I never even heard of it. Lou Reed, The Blue Mask. I think it's the second time he's
Isn't
appeared
Atomic
on
Dog on Computer Games? Atomic Dog. Bow wow wow yippee-yo yippee-yay. Bow wow yippee-yo yippee-yay.
Trying to see. I don't. Yeah. Yep. Comeback hit, Atomic Dog.
Yeah, Atomic Dog was the big hit off Computer Games.
Okay, Lou Reed, The Blue Mask. We'll just pass.
Oh, Lou Reed, for fuck's sake.
61, Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band, Docket Radar Station. I like some of his stuff, but I don't see that.
I think so, Hugh.
Def Leppard, Pyromania, 62. I could see that being top 100, definitely.
Pyromania?
Top 100? Yeah.
Ooh,
Gang
I
of
love
Four.
Donnie Iris. Gang of Four
Gang
is
of
terrible.
Four.
Go on.
63. Live in
hipster
Color,
shit.
Vivid, 64.
Yep.
10,000
Okay.
Maniacs in My Tribe, 65.
Oh, Christ.
Jesus. The Neville Brothers, Fire on the Bayou. 67, Randy Newman, Trouble in Paradise.
Oh, that's a good record.
It's a good
I
record,
love this.
but it's like,
I love the same girl on that album. You're not the same.
they put the specials on here.
Yeah, of course. Hipster shit.
I mean, I like the specials, but I don't see them in top 100. But this town is coming like a ghost town. I don't know if that's on this one, but LL Cool J Radio.
The Cab was a great album with Phil Collins. I think Duke was a good album from the 80s. I think the Genesis album, and then of course the one that Face Value. Go on.
I bet you Genesis is going to be on here. It's probably going to be Invisible Touch. You watch. The 70 is the Traveling Wilburys.
Oh boy, the Traveling Wigberries.
71 is Crowded House. A couple good songs on there, but
2 songs, Something So Strong, and go ahead.
And Don't Dream It's Over. Marshall Crenshaw's first album.
Someday, some way. One song. Go ahead.
Don Henley, Building Perfect Beast.
Is The End of Innocence in the 80s? Because that's a better album.
Yeah.
It's 89.
That's 73. We're getting close. Prince, Sign of the Times, third friggin' album they put on here. 74.
And that's a double album with a lot of filler.
Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual. Oh my God. No, I like Cyndi Lauper's voice, but it's like, I mean, when she actually sings, but it's like,
go on.
75, no way. Public Image Limited, second edition. Now, that's not the one I recommended from 86.
Yeah.
I can't comment on that. I have no idea what's on this album. That's 76. Human League Dare, which was a decent album. It's just that I can't see that being in top 100.
All right.
77.
No,
oh, you're going to like this pick. Robbie Robertson.
That's in my top 10. That's in my, you ready for this one? That's in my top 10 of the 80s.
Yeah, you said that before.
That's definitely in the top 10 of the 80s. Robbie Robertson's solo album from 87. Phenomenal record.
They got that in 87 it came out. They have them at 78, the reverse number. Steve Earle, Guitar Town, 79.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that love that record.
Suzanne Vega, oh Christ, 80.
My name is Luca.
And I do not agree with this at all. Van Halen 1984 at 81. Before any Van Halen albums even listed yet, they put 84. Of all the albums that came
First
out
of all, Fair Warning.
Yep, Fair Warning.
Women and Children First.
Children First, yep.
I will say 84 is better than Diver Down.
Yeah,
I-
I can see that. Squeeze East Side Story 82. David Bowie, Let's Dance. Oh, Christ, 83. George Michael, Faith. I appreciate his singing, and there was some hit songs on there, and I could see how they would put that on there, but I can't. 84. Neil Young, Freedom. Give me a break. He doesn't belong in the top 100. 85. Bruce Springsteen, The River. 86. Rolling Stones, Steel Wheels. 87.
Christ.
Jackson Brown, Lives in the Balance. 88. I have no
Lives
idea
in
what
the
songs
Balance.
are on there. Is that the one with Lawyers in Love on it?
No, it's after that.
No.
I think it has no, I think that's in the shape. It might be In the Shape of a Heart is on that record.
In the Shape of
And For America, maybe?
Yeah, For America's on there.
Oh, okay.
At 89, it's Aretha Franklin, Who's Zooming Who?
Aretha Franklin?
Yeah, is that the one where she re-recorded Freeway of Love or something?
Who knows?
Oh yeah, Franklin Song Deuces is with title track Freeway of Love. Yep, that's the one. I'm surprised they pulled that out of my ass because I didn't follow that.
Is that where it was on your ass?
Let's see, Sting, Nothing Like the Sun. I mean, like, what about Dream of Blue Turtles?
I think Nothing Like the Sun's a better record.
Well, I just commented. I don't know what Sun, Nothing Like the Sun.
Englishman in New York. What else is on that one? It's the big one.
The cover a
We'll
little.
be
Wing.
together someday. Together.
Yeah, I remember the cover of Little Wing. I think Hiram Bullock played on it, and it's an awful solo in there. I mean, his playing on that's just awful. It's just a bunch of atonal crap. Okay, that's Sting at 90. Lyle Lovett's first album, 91.
Are you out of your fuck? Wait, what? Number 9? Oh, because that's the only Lyle they can pull out. Although I think, Lyle and his large band is fucking great.
Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever. 92.
Not a fan. Go ahead.
93. Luther Vandross, Night I Fell in Love.
Are you
probably
fucking
like the
kidding
other
me?
one. You probably like the other one from 86, right?
Give Me the Reason is better from 86. What's the other one called? Never Too Much is better. Any Love is better. Go ahead.
Yep. 94. New Order, Power, Corruption, and Lies.
Yeah, that's some all right. What Power, Corruption, and Lies is what? The one that opens with it's got the flowers on the cover?
Yep, it does.
What was the big Age of Consent was on that. I want to be the one to tell you just what you
want. Temptation. This is the one with Blue Monday?
Yeah, Blue Monday and Age of Consent, I think, are on that record.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. John Cougar Melonhead, Scarecrow, 95. The second time he's on this friggin' list. Culture Club, Color by Numbers, 96.
Scarecrow's better than Aha, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Culture Club, Color by Numbers, 96.
Sad.
We're getting to the end. 97, Graham Parker, The Mona Lisa's Sister. I couldn't tell you anything on that. UB40, Labor of Love, 98.
Oh, God.
Was Not Was, What's Up Dog, 99. I mean, everybody do the dinosaurs, like the only thing that was on there. I couldn't even tell you what's on there. And 100, Artists United Against Apartheid, Sun City.
I ain't gonna play Some City.
All
right, now let's talk about stuff that wasn't on there that should have been.
I was gonna say that.
Clearly. White
Snake.
Snake.
Color of Spring. Talk
White Snake.
Top 100. Yeah,
Slide it in.
Yeah, what about
my whole list would be completely different. I would have important records of the decade. I would have Scorpions in there, and as much as I don't think Love It First Sting is better than Blackout, I think it's more important for the decade.
Yeah.
Because I
mean,
think
like,
it was the modern sound that broke them. And
well, not that it was Steve Winwood's best album, but I mean, like,
Back in the High Life.
Back in the High Life. Yeah, I'm surprised, especially with this list. I would have
Ark of
thought
the
they would've
Diver
had-
was good. What was the second album called? That was with Valerie and Still in the Game.
It's the same.
Now, I brought this up many times. I want to see how many people pay attention. Valerie by Steve Winwood. You don't answer though, Grill.
Oh, okay.
Valerie by Steve Winwood was written about Valerie Carter, the singer. She was a backup singer and tried making it a little bit as a front singer. Can somebody tell me another song that was written about Valerie Carter? Big hit. Some people might think it belongs on this 80s list because the guy's album, I think it came out in 1980.
Well,
Bueller.
We're waiting.
So the song Valerie by Steve Winwood. Yes, Fez, keep going. Keep going. You're almost there. You're almost there, Fez. Squeeze it out, Fez. Oh, I thought you were naming the song. You weren't? There you go, modern jazz. You got it.
Yeah, enough time to look it up.
That girl could sing. She was a friend to me when I needed one. There's a great Jackson Brown. That girl could sing.
John Taylor said, "Nice Ted Knight." Well, what was it? Nice, just the reference.
Well,
Or did I actually sound like Ted Knight? I have no idea.
We're
I don't do
waiting.
imitations. Well,
Yeah, hold
we're
on. Let me
waiting.
see. Let's see if I can bang it out. She was a friend to me when I needed one. It's a great song. Great song. Oh, I love Bill Laswell. Laswell produced the Praxis album, Transmutation, the first Buckethead record. No, Sandman, it was about Valerie Carter. In fact, there's a great live Jackson Brown where he recorded it shortly after she passed, and he talks about her in the song, being about her. She was a friend to me when I needed one. In the dead of night, when the feeling right. Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's a great one. It's on the Boulevard album. What is that? What that album's called? The Loadout. No, the Loadout's the song.
Yeah.
Why am I blanking on the name of that album? Hold on. 77 was Running on Empty. Holdout album.
Loadout is Running on Empty. It was on.
Yeah, that's the song on Running on. Loadout is
Yeah.
Now the Street. It's let's see if I know that one.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's down here.
Yeah, just to get it straight, it was on Running on Empty, the album. Yeah.
No, but That Girl Could Sing is on holdout.
Oh. Okay.
It's here.
The first to come and the last to go. Working for the minimum. We'll set it up in another town. Tonight what the hell's the next part? Tonight the people are so what's for two good to a show in Chicago.
Anyways, enough of that. I can't use the foot pedals to sustain notes because I got my humidifier blocking it, so it's not as fun.
Yeah, J-Bone, I've heard E's Pills album. That was one of my favorite albums of 1986 as well. Well, I think it was an honorable mention. Yep, Steve Vai. That's not the only one Steve Vai played on. He's all over that album.
Death rattle, as it were. What's that? What? Oh, you're responding to Hugh. Hugh done it. Hugh took my baby. I've been framed by what's his name. We had that on the list the other night, Hugh, to do, but we didn't get to it because we were running out of time. Oh, Detroit.
Yeah, John Taylor. That was Jackson Brown's greatest hit, Daryl Hannah.
Awful. There you go. Finally, we get some sound effects from Fred Norris. Oh, Detroit. What the hell song is that?
Well, I heard that was overblown. That wasn't the case, but
No. I asked him about it. I told you that story.
oh, that's why I probably said that joke, and you probably told me that story.
Yeah. What does that say? I can't even read this thing. Oh, rainy night in Georgia.
Well, you want to see something disturbing? It's like just picture in your mind Neil Young screwing fucking Daryl Hannah now. I mean, she's looking pretty. I never liked her. I thought she looked like a man, but it's like she's looking pretty ragged, and Neil Young's pretty decrepit. And,
Oh, Detroit. Best album of the 90s?
ooh.
That's going to be tough. I could come up with 10 maybe, Hugh. I mean, actually in the 80s, Disintegration should be in there for sure, as well as the Blue Nile. In the 90s, Violator from Depeche Mode, 24/7 Spies, Strength in Numbers, Corrosion of Conformities.
How about Soundgarden, Super Unknown?
Yeah, Super Unknown is the best of theirs. Although I think I might like Bad Motorfinger. I think my favorite song by them might be A Room 1,000 Years Wide. But Super Unknown's probably a better album straight through. 4th of July. When you hear that guitar tone on 4th of July, that guitar is tuned way down. New Frontier. What is it? What is that chord? I have to think of how it even goes. Is it like F yet. I can play it on guitar. I have to work it out in my head on piano.
Oh,
Wrong one. That's hold on now. What's that chord? Oh, F was.
Katie lied, I was halfway crucified. I was on the other side. No, you walked in, and my life began again. I could.
well, you could,
Something like that.
Dave. 90s, you could mention Jellyfish. You could mention.
Oh,
Imperial
I love
Drag.
Spilt Milk. Spilt Milk's
Yeah.
definitely up there, Hugh.
Now, Belly Button was 89, wasn't it?
No way, no Oasis.
No,
for me
no.
anyways.
Was Belly Button 89?
Doesn't matter. Belly Button's a good album. Doesn't deserve any list, in my opinion. I think Spilt Milk is the shit. I also think the Imperial Drag record,
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention next.
phenomenal record, phenomenal. Yeah, I'm with you, Bendeo. I think it's a great one. Yeah, J Bone, don't believe everything you read about Jackson Brown. I used to deal with him at my store, and I actually asked him about that situation, and I don't think it's anything what you think. The charges were dropped. He basically, she was beating him up, and he put his hands up to block his face, and she's like, "You lifted your hands to me," and I think after that, she filed the charges and it got out into the news. Then she dropped the charges, or they were like, "Yeah, this is not."
Yeah, well, they looked at Daryl Hannah's ugly face and said, "Wow, he beat the hell out of you."
Yeah, what they did
It's
was
like,
they saw he weighed about 100 pounds, wet with a brick in his hand, and she weighed about 2 bills at 6'4". Oh, Hill Street Blues, Hugh. What key is that?
No, different key.
Yeah, it's
It's
higher.
a little higher. Yep. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow, now.
That's Larry Carlton on there.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. Let me send you this link. Hold on.
Yeah, Kia C major. Yep.
Oh, what's C major? That's why I started with.
Yep.
You said it wasn't in that.
Yeah, it didn't sound right.
Well, I think I might have just been lower up down the keyboard.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. You can't hear this, right?
Nope.
You guys want to hear a great song? If you guys are into, this is a Christopher Cross, but listen to the guitar solo. It's Larry Carlton. Put that on, Krell.
Oh, okay. Let me go to the
Let me hear the chords.
StreamYard chat. Did you put that in private chat?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. I love that opening chord. And what are these here now? Oh, that's another slash chord. So it's hilarious. It's all Slash. Oh, what is that? What is that? C sharp? I got to play in my ear while I'm playing, so. Oh, there you go, Dwight.
The heck? Why'd that sign out? There it is.
I fucking love that. Let me know when you get to that.
No. Oh, get to what?
That solo.
Oh, you want me to watch it?
Oh, no, yeah, click on that. It's just a sound. You can hear it. Like, go to like the 2-minute mark.
Well, you're probably going to hear it. Is it okay if I play it?
No. Don't play it through here.
Yeah, okay. There's no way I can really listen to it without.
Of course you can. You just make sure that it's. You just make sure that
Oh, just mute the sound.
you don't have to mute anything. Just make sure the middle strip doesn't have B1 on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, now you turned yourself off, but that's okay. Oh, it's Michael McDonald, all right. You know it. I really don't know anymore. Oh, what is Lonesome Dove saying, Robert? There was a Marshall Dual Super Lead on Goodwill. Yeah, well, if a Dual Super Lead is a JCM 2000. I prefer Arthur's theme. Arthur, I really don't know. Let's see if you knows this one.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Oh, it's great. Oh, really? Let's see if I was right about that first chord. I have it as a C11, a B over a C sharp. And then I keep the B over the C sharp. The second chord is an E major 7. But what was that third chord? Is it an F sharp minor? Is that what? No, it can't be. It's got to be like an 11. Here it is. It's just an F sharp minor 7. That's cool. Cool. It's very cool. I like those chords. Those are the chords you don't hear anymore in songs. Now everything's fucking triad hell.
Snowball says, I love the movie.
Snowball! Remember that
Yeah,
song,
great
Snowball?
Great movie, but the theme song Christopher Cross is kind of aggravating.
You
Best
like
you
the
can
movie
do.
Arthur? Are you saying great
Yeah, I loved
movie? Oh my God, I can't watch it.
You can't? Oh
The
my
only
God,
thing I
it's
think is
so-
funny is when Lou Jacoby's like, "Where were you?" and I'm selling used cars.
Oh, come on. The line's like
Yeah, it's a C sharp minor
yeah.
11. It's the same thing. It's a technically it's a B major chord over a C sharp. You can think of it as a minor 11 or just a dominant or an 11, but there's no third anyway, so it's a B with a C
I'm
sharp.
sorry. I like Arthur.
And then you keep that chord for the E major 7, and then an A over F sharp for F sharp minor 7.
Well, you don't like the line where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm sure Susan is very attractive, and if you look at her in the right light, but you can't always count on that light.
Yeah, that's the problem, Midnight Strummer, that I don't like about when people try to pick out chords, because they'll try to give that it's like when you can hear it on the record, there's not a lot of notes in that chord. It's just a B major over C
A
sharp.
real woman could get you to stop drinking. It'd have to be a really big woman.
Christ, what are you guys all watching, Arthur?
I like when he's in the church and when Susan's father says, "Oh, you're gonna leave my daughter for this slut," and then Arthur
Taking
just
it to the
goes,
streets,
"What?
Hannah Bomb?
What?"
Taking it to the streets, wasn't it, Hannah Bomb? I love calling him. We talked about this the other night too, calling him Hannah Bomb, because that's what Johnny Kramer calls him. Instead of Hanoi Bomb, we call him Hannah Bomb.
Yeah, it's tough to stomach Liza Minnelli. Yeah, it's like I'd say that's the weak point in there.
You
Perhaps
sure?
the movie could have been it could have been better or just as good with a different romantic lead. Yeah, she's the queen of a really small island. Rhode Island could kick the shit out of it.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Folks, we gave you some good entertainment up until we started quoting Arthur.
Well, it's not my fault you don't like it.
No, I didn't find it entertaining. Hard to watch. Oh, I can just hear it. I can hear that. You know that. You know, when you hear that, to me, that's that 11 sound. Then it's like, I really don't. What's that? Is it go major there? What is it? Hold on. I really don't know. Was it go higher? I really don't know anymore. Yeah. I really can't say. I really don't know anymore. Just get out now. Yeah, that's my type of stuff. When I hear slash chords like that, it's like, boom. I dig it. John Gielgud. John Gielgud was in the movie because they couldn't get Ray Milland. No, I'm joking. Ray Milland was probably dead by then.
Was he? He was in the attic. I think that was 79.
Arthur 2, Electric Boogaloo, Citizens on Patrol.
Yeah, screw Arthur 2 on the rocks. Said that blew. That blew.
Dudley Moore, the drunk Davy Jones.
Yep.
Christ.
What, did you just not like Dudley Moore? Or?
I just found the movie not that entertaining. It's so when the woman in it is Liza Minnelli.
Yeah, well, that's
watched
a tough pill to swallow.
I watched the sunrise at Liza's this morning. Manelli's? No.
But Jerry Seinfeld's father's in there. Yeah, from Seinfeld.
Barney Martin.
Wait, yeah, Barney Martin. Yeah, plays.
Oh, I love Barney Martin. I love Barney Martin in what the hell was that? There's a hold up in the Car 54.
Oh, he's on there.
He was in an episode. He played one of the gangsters.
Oh, Nipsey Russell was in there.
Oh yeah. Nipsey, you got a poem for us?
Now, I was surprised. It was the early 60s, right? And they had a high-ranking black police officer in Nipsey Russell on the force. And I go, for a sitcom at that time, I mean, that was kind of ahead of its time.
Well, it was
Because
in New York.
you wouldn't see, you wouldn't see any other sitcoms that would have people in those positions.
That's too much, Robert. Too much for that. Jay Bone, what was the big theme in Breaking?
Breaking? I have no friggin' idea.
It was hold on, I'll tell you what it was. I always get it confused with the McFadden and Whitehead song. What's the McFadden and Whitehead song?
Ain't no stopping us now.
Oh, right. So the Breaking song then is "There's no stopping us.
Yeah,
There's no stopping."
us. Ollie and Jerry.
Ollie and Jerry. Bingo. See how I have to go around to the McFadden? Every time I got to do the. No, J-Bone did the same thing I do. I have to think of "Ain't No Stopping Us" first by McFadden and Whitehead, and then I go to "There's No Stopping Us."
Ain't no stopping us now was.
I would have been so happy if I had guitar lessons from you. I had to teach myself. Well, Hugh, you are getting them. If you watch my chord therapy, you can kind of get to the point. See, my whole point about chord therapy is when I think about chords and I think about keys to song, when I hear a sound, I can just go to it and be like, I hear that sound. So when I hear that's like a typical, or if you hear it in in B. That type of thing where you can just figure shit out. And then once you can figure the key, you can figure
Ed Dana says Malcolm McNeil. And
no, that's
saying that just to get on Dave's nerves.
You love that song.
Yeah, I think it's a catchy tune.
What's it called again?
How do you do? Yeah, I think Ice-T did come on the scene in Breaking.
Oh, no, there was Ice-T in movies well before that.
Really? Before Breaking?
I'm joking. I'm saying Ice-T.
Oh.
You want some Ice-T?
Yeah, what, Peggy Lipton? From the Mod Squad. Peggy Lipton Ice-T.
That's a lot of tea. Ice-T. It's coming up like a flower coming up.
I think the video's better than the song.
Oh, I love that tune, though. You are in love to last forever. How many times am I going to hit my microphone? But it would never fade away.
Yeah,
well, but you have to understand, Snowball, he's killing that role. Yo, dog, you killed it. Yo, dog, you killed it. That's why they call me Cop Killer. That's all I got. Which guitar do you want? Oh, you want to see? Bring the Kiesel up, and I'll put you as main screen.
Okay, hang on for a sec.
Now it's time for show and tell. Just a game we play when Johnny Kramer wants to see Quillbar's guitar. Whoa, whoa, show me and tell me you feel the same way too. By the way, look at Krellbaz, always complains about his sinuses. We see his cat. We see that cat thing. I'm sure there's more fur in that place. All right, hold on. Here we go.
Apparently, this is the Kiesel L. Wilson custom.
Exactly. Oh, show and tell.
It's a CT6 Flame of Maple. I changed the pickups because the stock pickups sucked. That's a tone zone in the bridge and an Ann Norton in the neck.
You know what I would do with that guitar? And you might think I'm crazy.
You're
you have
crazy.
a fireplace? I'm joking. No, but you know what I would do is I would. God, I was funnier than I thought I was going to be. No, hold it up one more time.
Yeah.
I would swap the tone knob with the three-way.
Okay, so I put tone knob.
I would put the tone knob. I would put the three-way down just because my natural thing is to be wanting to hit it while I'm mid playing, not go back that far. Hey, Janice Lala, welcome. Oh, I think it would be better, and also I think it would be angled better if it was angled to the. You can't see me, but if it was angled like this, so when your hand swipes back, it only moves in that direction.
Yep.
All right. Now
so it's easy to do it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right. The inlays look like diamonds.
Yeah, diamonds. It's bird's eye maple.
Oh, okay, Robert.
And it's on top of.
Are you saying it through
mahogany.
Facebook? Let me open my Facebook.
It's on top of mahogany, also, which is
a
an
little
unusual
mahogany.
combination. When I mean, it was a cheaper way of doing it, making a mahogany neck with the. I thought it'd be a cool combination. I asked them. I said, "Is there going to be a problem with maple on top of mahogany?" And they said, "No, we do a lot because the neck's very stable. It has 2 truss rods in it, and it's not going to move anywhere and shift."
They said, "Hey, dummy, did you ever hear of a Les Paul? It's a fucking mahogany body with a maple cap."
No, I'm talking about the fretboard.
I know. It's the same thing, though. It's mahogany piece of wood over a piece of maple.
Yeah, but you're not adjusting the body to bend.
Yeah, but mahogany is softer.
My concern. Yeah, that's my concern. I mean, if the maple's harder and the mahogany softer, and you're adjusting it, I mean, like if it's glued on top of the mahogany and the neck shifts or whatever like that, one's harder than the other, it might create some sort of different force and stuff. But anyways, it was an unusual combination. I wanted to check with them first. I picked this style of headstock. This is basically, my way of trying to custom build a PRS without buying a PRS. And this is basically the knockoff. It's a set neck, Johnny. And mahogany back. And Dave loves the string through body.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got to see something here. What am I looking at? What is this? Oh, okay, I did it right. All righty. Let me see if I can load these in. I'm going to try to load.
I picked this up in 2017. I believe with all the custom options and stuff, I think it cost me $17.99.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And my rule, I normally don't spend that much on guitar, but I mean, I wanted to custom build one. My rule of thumb is I'd never spend more than $2,000 if I was doing anything. But it's like at this point, I'm not even going to spend over $1,000 if I get another guitar. But I'm selling. I'm not buying.
All right, let me see. I'm going to show Robert Self's guitars real quick if I can open this up properly.
All righty.
Where's my open with? Here we go. Photos. Well, let me share. How do I add a picture in here? I always forget how to do this. Oh, share.
So everyone
Oh.
got a shot of my pussy.
Hold on.
You can take me off full screen now.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm in another
Yeah.
screen, so give me 1 sec.
And you get full screen, you can see
What
blemishes
the hell's
on my
going on
forehead.
here? No, I want all files. Boom. All right, here we go.
You can see the scar where I cracked my head
1,
open.
2, 3, open. Invalid type. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me get you off there. All right. Share. Slides. I have no slides. Oh, I see. Oh, what a pain in the ass this whole thing's become. Why can't they just do it simple? Let me see if I can.
Simple.
Nothing is easy. And let me see if I can do it this way. Oh, no, I'm lost. There we go. All right. Now that's back. What if I do this and add it as a background? Will it let it go in? Or will it fuck it up? Trying to show Robert's guitar that he got.
Yeah, Snowball. I was gonna say that.
Oh, there it is
I
behind
didn't-
us. Hold on. 1 sec. Hard for me to do this like this, but it's not letting me do it the right way. But anyway, that's Robert's guitar.
Mhm.
It's
And
an
let
axle.
me guess, on the headstock, I believe has the axle name is actually raised metal lettering, if I'm
Something
not
like that.
incorrect.
Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, I totally understood that, Snowball, when he said that earlier.
What?
Oh, the share button. Oh, I got to hit the share button, and I'm thinking to myself, well, what about the Sunny button? And Snowball
Oh my
actually said it.
God.
Yeah, not even I would say that bad joke, Snowball.
Yeah. Anyone play
See,
a
that
Fender?
that one doesn't get the crickets. That gets the.
They got Sunny on the causeway. Nice. Nice guitar, Robert. One of those axles are inexpensive, but nice.
Yeah, I played a couple axles that were pretty good. There was a place in Milford that I tried one out. And am I correct on that, Robert? The lettering's raised on the headstock. The
Johnny
axle.
Kramer, that's Lonesome Dove's guitar. Yeah, it has the raised. It was.
Yeah.
I have more pictures. I just don't know how to share them. I guess I could share screen, but the way I got it, it's just too much of a mess because I have the chat up. It's just fucking pain in the balls. They made it so it was hard. I thought they used to have a thing where you could put pictures in with the videos. It doesn't have to be videos, but now it seems like it's all, yeah. Let me try it this way. What if I do this? Let me bring it in. I'll show you the headstock if I can. All right, how about this for the headstock? Let's try this.
There it is.
Right?
Yep. I remember that. I'm trying to remember if the one I played was the crackle finish, but there was other models that had
Was
that.
it the crackle finish or the Nestle Crunch finish?
No, it was the
And here's the
Skybar.
guitar. This is Robert Self Lonesome Dove's
know what?
guitar.
That shape is weird. It just looks a little asymmetric. I mean, it's unique how it is, but it's like a Strat style with the different curves and stuff. But it's like the body is moved.
I think it's just the top of the pick guard is weird because it has that bubble out instead of straight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm looking at look at the neck in relation to the body. it looks like it's set up. The neck pocket is set up higher towards the top horn than a Strat. I
probably.
suppose they did that. Look at the fret access. Look at the bottom horn. You can drive
Yeah.
a truck through there.
Oh yeah. Cool finish. Like I said, if a guitar, if you like the way a guitar plays, man, play it. Play ball, whatever inspires you to play. Ed Dana wants to buy one. Yeah, I think it looks all right. Especially, I mean, what did you say you picked it up for? Or you didn't say? $200. All right, man.
And it depends which axle you get. It's like saying, well, the Squire sucks. But if you get like get down. If you get a $99 Squire, it's going to suck. If you get like a $249, $300 Squire, they're pretty good guitars.
Yeah, it does have a little bit of a Kramer Pacer type look, a Beretta type look.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought, with the crackle finish, immediately you think that Charvel crackle finish.
Hold on, let me see if the show I want to watch is on tonight. Hold on.
The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
I guess it won't be.
Well, how apropos. Joe's not here, so the Incredible Hulk will not be seen tonight.
Exactly. But Joe's not here. And since Joe's not here, let's honor Joe for a moment.
Brand new Ernie Ball strings on there too. I was just out there in the. God love us all.
That's fucking great.
That feeling when the whole audience knows what's happening and the person looking at the camera doesn't. You can't say, hey.
And then this is my favorite when somebody asks me to do something. No. But isn't Joe missed? I put up that thing and everyone's like, now, Joe should be here.
You lost his internet for 10 minutes.
A couple of weeks ago, I was shining shoes and somebody came and asked me a question.
Johnny, some kids on the show yesterday mentioned a new kind of music, ska. You know anything about it?
How should I know? Nothing but a modern offshoot of reggae. Updated white rock influences. Definitely upbeat. But never become really popular because even though they've made the backbeat more conventional, it's still too exotic for mass acceptance.
Is that Police Squad?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Classic stuff. All right, everybody, getting close to the we're already at the 3-hour mark. Hey, listen, everyone. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with me tonight. Gave you a lot of entertainment tonight. We got Anissa Jones.
Can we hang out
next.
for 1 second before you go into the outro? Ed Dana says, I drop my guitar on a regular basis. No, you fall down with the guitar on a regular basis, Ed. You go down with the guitar. Had to say that.
All right.
Continue.
All right. So anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. And Tuesday night is my next show. And then I'm going to take the next Tuesday after that off because I have things I want to do. But Tuesday, we're doing chord therapy. I want to thank you guys who watch chord therapy and enjoy it. I'm testing the waters to see if I'm going to continue it, just because there's things I'd rather do during the week and it takes a lot of time. And if no one's watching it, then I won't do it. But if people are enjoying it, I'll continue to do it. And next week it'll be back here. I don't know if I'm going to have a guest next week yet. I'm trying to see if I can get someone that said they would come on. But it will be me, Krell, Barr, and Joe, and maybe Hugh if Hugh ever decides he wants to come on. Although I like Hugh when he's in the chat because he's more talkative, and he comes on the show, he doesn't say anything.
Can we have
Hugh,
Paul
it's like
Schaefer on next week?
You know the old joke that says, "How do you get a guitar player to turn down? Put a chart in front of him,
music in front of him." Yeah,
right. How do you get Hugh to stop talking? It's get him on camera. In the chat, he's like he's Shecky Green over here. Look at he's talking. He's unbelievable. We gotta get that Hugh on here.
No, he's Shecky Greenskeeper.
Anyway, that's Willie's time.
Come on,
anyways,
that's
Hugh, we
good.
love you. And if you want to come on next week, I sent you a link today, Hugh. I don't know if you noticed it. You can understand him better in the chat, says Jay.
Hi.
Your name's Levine? Yeah. You call yourself a salesman, you son of a bitch?
All right.
Coffees for closes.
See? At least I'll bust my own balls, too, on the show.
You drove here in a Hyundai. I came in a $70,000 BMW.
Next week on the show, though, folks, you will be seeing this person.
Brand new Ernie Ball strings on there too. I was just out there in the. God love us all.
That's the best. Thank you, Joe, for that video. And anyways, everyone, listen, I want to thank everyone. Have a great night. We will see you next week. I'll see everybody Tuesday. I have a lesson coming out tomorrow. And enjoy it. And I will see you guys all soon. I think next Saturday also I'll be filming. It's Jimmy and me. We're back at Martini's. And hopefully I will. Yeah, exactly, Lonesome Duff. And I will try to come up with a few new tunes for us to play. Anything you want to say, Krell, before we split?
No. What was it? Thunderberg says, "Thank you, Dave and Krell, for providing a very welcome respite in perilous times." And I was going to say, well, drinking helps too. That's why I poured a martini earlier.
Hey, wasn't there a show on Disney called The Thunderbirds? Oh, it was The Thundermans. I think it's The Thundermans.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was called The Thundermans. Yeah, because I was watching a movie recently and I was like, wait a second.
Thornberries. The Thornberries?
No. I was watching a movie. I was on the TV show. Remember, I was watching that Jack Reacher movie and one of the guys who played like the coroner was from the TV show The Thundermans. All right, everyone, listen. Thanks so much. Have a great night, and I will see you all next week.
Okay, goodbye, Ted.
Goodbye.